Yes.
Very good.
As,
So we are live.
I just
Sunday,
asked my
July.
friend to join us.
Oh yeah, try the link, and then he might have to enable audio, camera, and allow some of that.
Okay.
That might be. Oops, I had my audio on.
Let me see who's calling on FaceTime. Where's FaceTime? Are we on the actual thing?
Yes.
Wait, who's calling
Yeah.
on FaceTime?
Is that you?
Who's calling on FaceTime? I thought, all right, forget that. Hello, everybody. Hello, Scarlett and Al. What is the punchline to the cat holding an umbrella? That was one of Cody's jokes. What was the joke, Cody?
Oh yeah. Right. It was like raining cats, and then it was like the umbrella. Wait, hold it. Oh yeah, they fall on your face.
So it sounds like a
It sounds like a
Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeff, why don't you tell your face that
What do
cats
you
are
tell your
falling?
face? Yeah, that was like a precursor to the to what's happening now. It was almost like a meant to be. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, of course that wasn't a
Yes.
joke, but I got a piece of pizza.
There's a lot of pizza.
There's a lot of pizza.
I'm gonna ask my friend to join.
Oh, great.
He request already? Do you see, Cody?
Not yet.
Sometimes that link you sent me that I got on, that's good enough to send someone else to get on, right?
Right, but
Unless
you
there's
need me
another
to.
way to
Yeah, I'll send you that.
to join our
Yeah.
to talk to us.
Yes, but I can always send the same. I don't know if it. I don't know if it changes or what. It must. If there's any trouble, we could try it again.
All right. Because Cody and I, what our pattern, what we'd like to do is when we decide our new story, we do an initial brainstorm sketch, and then on this stream, it's always good to fill it out more. But I have a different idea. Oh, you did an open mic. How did it go? Old comedy thing. All
I'll
right,
be
let me.
right
You just
there, Fred. I'm gonna get something.
okay. And I'm trying to send the link. You just emailed me the link again, or sent it?
I just emailed the
Texted.
link.
All right.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. We got 7 people. Let's see.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Sunday, is there a heat wave everywhere? What's the heat where everyone is? Trying to copy link. Send it again. All right, you got my attention now. So, who's coming on? My friend from Australia, you'll find him interesting. He's got good takes on stuff. So, I'm kind of stuck with this title. And this title in the first image, I like the idea of the first image, the first illustration Cody will do will kind of set up the story in a funny way that hopefully gets your attention on Substack. Now, Cody, um, I'm giving him assignments of Mike Starr movies to watch because we're going to be doing in Ohio a Dumb and Dumber screening, and then there's a film festival. So you just watched and liked Ed Wood on my suggestion, right?
Yes,
And I know we
I
talked
did.
about it. What did you like about Ed Wood?
I loved how it was about an artist that just liked to make things and not even get distracted by all of that. And also, we kind of there's sort of a similarity between us
Yes.
working, which is I don't know.
Well,
Hey,
I
Pete's
think
in.
Pete is on the line. Let's talk to Pete for a few minutes. He said
Yes.
it's Hey Pete. Now Pete is shy because he's from Australia. We don't
We
got
don't
his
got his
face.
face.
I
I
sound like
sound.
Jeff Richards, and I'm hearing
Let's see if I'm technologically savvy enough
Pete
to work
is
it out.
lingering. Oh, there you are, Pete.
Hello.
Thank you for joining Cody. Now you're oh, could you live in my old area, and he's a good friend. And behind you, is that the thing I gave you? Could you show the few people watching the stuff I gave you? I want to
Oh,
see how it
sure.
looks in your flat, as you
Here
would
I can.
say.
Yeah, that's right. I can give you the tour. So I put it in the hallway. So this is the scary clown.
It's backwards,
Unhappy
but it's
hooligan.
called Unhappy Hooligan. This was a real novel where I like that you don't know if that's blood by the clown or his hair. It's apparently his hair.
Yeah, I would say it's his hair because there's fibers, but it's lovely. It's a lovely noir print,
Now
and
the
it's
people come. Oh my God! I forgot my old neighborhood. Those stucco walls
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
plaster.
And then I've
So do
got
people come in and go, my God? Now this is a great title. I gave away a lot. I wanted a new start when I moved. People go, why'd you give away these things? But a cow is too much trouble in Los Angeles. If you're new to LA, would you agree with that, Pete?
Yes, I would. I don't know where you'd fit it in a two-bedroom apartment, to be honest.
Yes, it's too much trouble in Los Angeles. I wonder what I should actually try to really get this book. It's a real book. It is a real book. These are real pulp titles. I should get
I
this
just love
book
this
and
guy.
see.
This guy
Probably
he's
this
just
has
like
to be LA.
he's leering at them. See?
It has to be LA in the 30s because back then maybe they had more cows.
Well, there's no
in
cow.
Los-
There's a cow's rear end, but all there is just a leering. There's a leering man at two people having a romance, which I don't know. The cows seem to be secondary at this point.
Okay,
Sorry,
and
we
did you have the Art Colony one?
I do. Yeah, just over here. If you can, there you go.
And it's Art Colony. It says they started out to paint. That's a little risque. Like, what is
Yeah.
going on? Like, she's going, what are you doing, honey? You said you were going to just paint her. So
And
that's
meanwhile, there's obviously very, very buxom women on the cover as well. Two
Yes.
buxom women as well at the art colony. So
yes.
and then of course there's this one as well that you get.
This I got actually. That I got on Hayworth Avenue in Fairfax. Oh, no, Beverly Boulevard.
That's anyway.
There's a thrift store, and I got it on Tuesdays. They have senior discount nights, where if you're a senior, so I got it for like $11 or something. But when I moved,
Right.
I just wanted a new start. I didn't want LA kind of stuff in my place that reminded me of living in my apartment 29 years. So I'm glad it's going to good use. Do you get compliments on them, Pete?
I do. It's classying up the place because then you've got these sort of classy things, and then my friend gave me this as a gift. It's a Barbie wearing Knicks colors, so
An
it's an odd
NBA, a
collection we have.
WNBA Barbie thing.
Barbie, yeah. So she's wearing a New York Knicks uniform because I'm a Knicks fan. So you've got that. So you've got these beautiful, beautiful prints, classy, stylish,
Yes.
and then a Knicks Barbie. So we're eclectic.
It balances. So Pete is a great guy to introduce to our people on the stream. But you have a Seattle basketball jersey. I could tell.
Yeah, I do.
could
I
tell
do because it's very hot in LA. So yeah, I've got
Oh, I
you got the basketball jersey up.
I don't miss the day sweltering my apartment with my tank top. I used to
Well,
wear
it's
the
also
sleeveless.
this is the weird design of these apartments. So we've got a air conditioning unit, which is lovely,
My
but it's in the kitchen. Meanwhile, that's the living room out there. So it
Oh,
doesn't quite, unless we're all
right.
just going to congregate in the kitchen around the air conditioning, it doesn't really work.
So to to introduce you to our people, Pete, I met many years ago at a dispensary, and we're gonna throw his wife under the bus because she was there getting edibles to
She
help her
was.
sleep. It wasn't you, Pete.
No, it
So
wasn't.
don't. But we became fast friends, and he came here. You are a filmmaker in Australia, but you came to LA, and I know there's a lot of political stuff with immigrants. He's Australian, but he's
Hmm.
going to be safe because tell him about you're from the zone of interest or special needs or what were you as that I had to sign something to keep you in America.
I'm what's called an alien of extraordinary ability. So I'm an extraterrestrial of great taste. So that allows me to stay in the country, which is very nice.
No, no, it's something where you needed vouchers from people that you're doing good work in our country, and I was the one who wrote a recommendation,
You were
and
one. You were
and you
one of
got
them.
approved to stay.
I did, yeah. So it's a working based. The short version is it's a working based visa, but they want people of good standing to say nice things about you. It's a really weird process, to be honest, because you basically have to write like a thick sycophantic love letter to yourself about
Yes.
how America couldn't possibly survive as a creative center without me.
Well, that's
That's
why
what you have to write.
I'm calling you up now because you're good with creative stuff, and I have a question. So you know the
Okay.
story. The next one Cody and I are working on, where
Hmm.
my father, I'm thinking of calling it "Don't Make Trouble," or our initial thing was "Someone Else's Seat," where
Yeah.
basically to tell the people a story, the summarized story. My father never liked to make trouble. He always said something bad. Like this is the first image when she's going, "Why don't you take it back?" You know, they gave him pasta
Oh,
instead
yeah,
of a
yeah.
steak. I don't know, and we threw in a pretzel. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. A pretzel sticking out of the pasta, and he goes, "It's close enough." You know, like he's just like, "Don't make waves. Bad things always happen when you make trouble." Oh, and maybe you
Hmm.
could go to the next picture, Cody. And so basically,
Yeah.
this
Oh,
is
yeah.
a true story where my father he worked as a commercial artist designing displays for department stores, and
Hmm.
she demanded, is the next picture about the raise? Like she said to my father,
Oh, yeah.
you go ask for a raise, and he's like, raise please, and that'll be my mother go, you better ask. and and then this is true, he got fired on the spot. You're fired. But my father was like paralyzed with anxiety. He hovered around the place. He couldn't go home. He circled around the block, and the guy screamed out, "Morris, come back in here!"
Yeah,
And and
it's a
so
sweet story.
so then I talk about how maybe I inherited that from my father. That someone said I could have gone further if I had more confidence, and that's going to be called Fred's lack of confidence holding me back. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
And not so fast, and he's lack of confidence with a cape. And then when I was oh yeah, and I was just talking about the difference between, I could have gone further. The cousin on Raymond and the brother. This is our
Hmm.
shopping list. Mine's ramen,
Oh, yeah.
cat food, toilet paper. His is like bowling alley and another house. We'll make it
Yeah.
clearer. And then my parents, when I was in Dumb and Dumber, they saw this movie Nobody's Perfect, then snuck into Dumb and Dumber. They didn't even pay to see their own son. True story. So then my father goes, I feel guilty sitting here. We're taking someone else's seat. And then she goes, just sit down. Oh, wait. And then something bad will happen, because we're taking someone else's seat. And then I get punched. And he goes, see, look what we caused. And so
Good.
my question is, if you could go to the first picture again, Cody,
Hmm.
um, that I like this calling it. Well, at first my thought was, and it's between two things. I'll throw out the pros and cons. And the people watching, Al and everyone, I want your take too, and Cody's take, is that calling it someone else's seat, is that really what it's about? But I like this picture where he's shivering. Another thought was, and listen to this image, Cody and everyone, and Pete, is if it's called Pearl, Don't Make Trouble, and let's say it's a picture of my mother reading a book in front of her face called How to Make Your Husband More Assertive, and my father's book is called How Not to Bother People.
That's the one. That's the one. That's funny.
Okay, but does that, but okay, I think that's the one. Even though I love this, maybe Cody, maybe save this picture for something bad will happen after they sneak in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that
And
works as a point of view.
yeah, and okay, I was thinking, all right, maybe I'm overthinking this, but
That's
the
not like
thing
you.
exactly, don't make trouble, and also something bad will happen to Freddie. But then you could argue I got punched because I made trouble. I was saying get off the phone. But
There you
but
go.
let's that's going to confuse things. They won't think of that, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think particularly with that, when you pair that title with that image, I think
Yeah.
that'll work together. You got to remember those
Yeah.
two things are going to be working in concert. So yeah, it's good.
Right. Hey, Lori. Lori, so Cody is, oh, I better not say, because what if there's going to be a surprise? We won't tell anyone, Lori, because the assignment. All right. So Pete, I'm very proud. So Cody, do you want to play around with that image of them buried in their books called "Don't Make Trouble, Pearl" or "Don't Make Trouble"? And this is not the title page. Are you okay with that, Cody?
Yeah. So it's
Maybe the title page will be
explain
called
the.
"Don't Bring this back further to when he's saying something bad will happen, and then you have the shot of me getting punched."
Oh, you mean like
Yeah.
these, like that one?
Yeah, yeah, maybe first. I feel bad with taking someone else's seat. Then maybe another picture of him quivering, and then the punch. Look what we caused.
All right.
So basically, so yeah, I think that'd be a funny title page. Them both buried in a book, and that actually could be used on Substack or Instagram, plugging this, because it's kind of,
Yeah.
so not New Yorker cartoonish. I'm not saying that, but it's kind of funny on its own, like
Yeah.
how to
It's got a
get
good
your
beat.
husband to be more assertive, and his book is How Not to Bother Anyone.
Not to bother people. No, it's a good. Yeah, it's a good self-contained beat.
Yeah. So basically, evening, Jeff. See, Pete, what we have here is a little community. Is it massive? No, but the people, like I get people to push Cody, go, when's your next stream? So then, so the very sweet people who stay involved. And I'm wondering, I hate to butt in this early, but if it's a lot to say, what's it called? How to make your husband more assertive. So maybe not the legs, maybe just upper body. I could be wrong.
Oh, you mean like a closer?
Closer, because you're going to need we're going to need a bigger boat. We're going to need a bigger, I'm going on tangents. This is why someone broke up with me all over the place. But I don't like the Holly.
Jeff's on board too. He thinks it's a good title as well.
Okay, you like that. Okay. I hate the Hollywood Bowl because it's always in the middle of everything. Traffic, you forget about it. And it's not like Disneyland traffic interferes regular life. That being said, they had an orchestra playing live music to Jaws. That would have been cool to watch.
It would.
Talking
John
shit
Williams.
about the New York Barbie. Oh, James, did you give him the New York Knicks Barbie?
He gave it to me. Yeah.
Now, I am going on tangent. What makes an Australian a New York Knicks fan?
Because in the 90s, because of the fact we're so far away, they would only give us like 3 games, like 3 NBA games, and they'd be on at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And
I see.
You would only get the most successful teams, so you get, or the most popular. So you would get the Chicago Bulls games, the Lakers games, Knicks games, and sometimes the Seattle Supersonics games because Sean Kemp was very popular. So that was it. They only gave us four teams because that's enough. That's enough for Australia. We're far away.
I see.
That's all
You
we
know
deserve.
what I liked about the Knicks, do you remember Bernard King?
Of course.
He made a great comeback. He blew his knee out. He was so underrated. And there was a guy called Louis Orr who was skinny like me. He died recently, sadly, but he went to Syracuse. And so, okay, I'm going on tangents. Okay, so I'm assigning Cody Mike Starr movies to watch because we're going to do a Dumb and Dumber screening and a Q&A. It's true, in Ohio. Did I tell you that?
Somebody said, don't go the raw prawn with me, mate. That's a very funny Australian colloquialism.
What does that mean?
It just means don't get worked up. Don't get angry with me. Like, don't go the raw prawn with me, mate. We've got lots of things that don't make any sense.
You would get along with Wood. First of all, you look like him, but I assume Australia is like Hermosa Beach, very sports bar-ish, like that kind of mentality.
Yeah, I can say that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
it's certainly our vibe. Yeah, we're all. I mean, you wouldn't know it to look at me because I'm from the filmmaking side, but technically we're supposed to be golden, but I'm the whitest human that's ever existed. So.
Right. So I'm assigning Cody movies, and I said, oh, how do I get this more? Watch Ed Wood because Mike Starr has a fun cameo in it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Have you seen Ed Wood?
I have.
Heath?
Yeah.
Now
with Johnny Depp.
Yes. So tell us what you liked about Ed Wood, Cody.
I like that. Well, there's two things. The one thing is that the guy made movies and he didn't even care about how bad they were. Of course,
like me and Cody, how we work.
Right. But yeah, that was the second part was like, oh, like me and me and Fred is like me and Bela Lugosi.
I like that. It's like it's
like
true,
a Hollywood, like the Hollywood star and the kid. The
washed up
like...
once. I was never a Hollywood star, but the guy that did stuff and now is older, and the young guy goes, "Hey, let's work together." Actually, I was the one when Cody sent me stuff. Said, "Wait a minute, we could do something." So I'm more like the Ed Wood character. I go, let's do stuff. Where I was like very excited, going, this guy. Not that you're just a talented illustrator, but you have this sensibility. You're a young guy, but you're not like, hey, zombies, man. Hey, Star Wars, stormtroopers. Hey, they're Rick and Morty. They're going to the bathroom while eating. That kind of. He's got the sensibility of Mad Magazine, Archie, Peanuts, all the classics. So, but yes, I like the fact that it's. Yes, but it is like Ed Wood, a relationship, like a really young, wide-eyed guy, and I'm the cynical guy. Cody, I don't think has said anything bad about anyone, and here you get me on a thing. Oh, I hate Doug Bunsen. He's annoying. Yeah, this guy's a jerk. You know what I mean? Oh, I can't
I'd like to see your Nosferatu. I reckon your Nosferatu would be very funny, Fred. Accidentally, sort of like a young Frankenstein Nosferatu kind of a thing,
I got to confess, they did a remake with Willem Dafoe. I didn't get through it. And I haven't seen the classic.
Yeah. Look, if you've seen, I guess it's the one thing is if you've seen Dracula, if you've seen Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, if you've seen Christopher Lee, you've kind of seen the same story. So I would think the Robert Eggers one is like that for the new generation who have not seen any of the previous ones. They're vampires at twilight, but they're sparkly and really good looking. They haven't had Nosferatu.
So what else did you like it, Cody? That he had passion, he didn't care if it was good or bad?
Yeah, that and I like that. The whole film itself was like well done. I mean, like the shots seemed like there wasn't anything that stood out to me. Like, oh, that's not working, or
that's not interesting.
Yeah. It was like every shot was like really purposely in there. It wasn't like this is sort of a throwaway thing. Why'd they put that in there?
Tim Burton. It was Tim Burton, wasn't it?
It was Tim Burton.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I liked that he had this whole group of cronies
Oh yeah, that was
that
fun.
that
Yeah.
Vampirella, a wrestler that
Right.
wanted to be part of anything he did for no money, just to be part of Hollywood, the lure of
Right.
Hollywood forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then that weird guy
That's
who'd
funny.
like predict the future. That
Oh, Jeffrey Jones.
yeah, that was
He was the
funny.
guy from Ferris Bueller who was,
Right.
yeah, he, now I'm doing, what's his name? Jeff Richards going, yeah, yes. But, yeah, and that they got
Yes.
baptized from movie financing. And Bill Murray was in it. I forgot. I'm not a Bill Murray
Oh yeah, Bill Murray.
fan per se, but my other Mike Starr movie I'm recommending is Mad Dog and Glory. Did you ever see that, Pete?
No, I don't know that one.
It was a movie where 92, where Bill Murray and De Niro traded places, and the fact that De Niro was a nervous guy. He was going like this: "I'm nervous, I'm nervous," and Bill Murray was
You got to scrunch your face up more when you do that. You got to be like,
and Bill
yeah,
Murray
you know,
was the
De Niro.
mobster, and Uma Thurman. But who stole the movie was Mike Starr and David Caruso, which he played the same kind of guy he played in NYPD Blue. I think it
Right.
helped him get
And
it.
Jade.
So, and what's that?
Jade, did you ever see Jade? It was
No,
it
that was
not
when he
it was not
bombed.
a well received. Yeah, it was not a
No,
well
but
received film.
actually, he got a bad rap for what was that remake? I think Jeff Krohn would know what it was. Vin Rames and Nicolas Cage were in it, and it wasn't
Oh, yeah.
so bad. Kiss of Death.
That's right. Didn't he also come back and do like a NCIS or a
Oh yeah. Well, he was
CSI?
yeah. What happened was he was a real jerk on NYPD Blue, really arrogant. Yeah, well, quit the show. Thought he was going to be a movie star. He had about 3 bombs, and then he got lucky. Well, financially, that he got CSI Miami.
CSI Miami. That's the one. That's the one. It was incredible. I remember. I think I watched like one episode, and he was always doing that thing with his glasses. You know, he was
That was a joke.
And he's like, he's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
like, he's like, there's like somebody's been run over and there's blood everywhere and their entrails are spilled all over the road. And he looks at me, he's like, well, they're definitely dead. And then he puts his glasses on.
Yeah.
And then the Who music starts. I couldn't understand it. But
Another thing my friend used to talk about is on all the CSI shows, all the lab technicians are incredibly hot. The men are buff and
Right.
muscular and gorgeous. The women look like supermodels. If you're a lab technician, you're really, really fit and really great looking. Yeah.
are you saying that's inaccurate? I feel like you're casting aspersions against the lab technician population.
Maybe I am. This is
You're making an assumption.
Yeah. There's actually one that was a little bit more realistic. This is a character actor, and I don't think anyone's going to remember. For 1 year, he stole a movie in 3 movies. Well, his name was Robert Joy, and he was in a movie no one heard of called Ticket to Heaven, like showing how people can realistically be part of a cult. But then, did you ever see Atlantic City?
No.
Oh, I recommend that. Did any of you people watching see Atlantic City? That was with Burt Lancaster later in his career in the 80s, and Robert Joy and Susan Sarandon. Susan Sarandon and Robert Joy was a bad guy, and he was in the Cotton Club. So he was a nerdy, and he was also in Desperately Seeking Susan. Robert
that I
Joy.
know, funny enough.
Do you know that one?
What's Atlantic City about that?
Oh, did anyone out there see Atlantic City? Give a comment.
If anybody just says Atlantic City, you should cut them off.
His name is Louis Malle, I think, Malle, who I think was married to Candice Bergen. And it was a really interesting movie about like Burt Lancaster. You know who Burt Lancaster was?
Yeah.
He plays a washed up mob guy who's kind of pathetic, but he's still living in his golden age. And I don't want to give too much away.
Okay.
but he gets a chance to feel like a hotshot again. I'm getting
Okay.
goosebumps. It's really. Any comments? Has anyone seen Atlantic City? You would think that's one Wood would have liked.
You're well studied, though. You've got a very good sort of an array of films in your kind of watch
You know,
list.
I'm like an old guy. I always quote Norm Macdonald, and someone said, if you have anxiety, you like to see movies when you're a certain age, only more movies you've seen or you're familiar with. And I have not kept up. I was watching on one of those YouTube podcasts, these two guys talking about their favorite movies. Oh, Bill Burr and these guys, Mark Normand. And it's all movies like not part of the Judd Apatow stuff, Step Brothers, Adam McKay comedies.
Yeah.
The Swimmer. Oh, Jeff, please watch Atlantic City. The Swimmer, actually, I just saw, and speaking of, this is someone, Frank Perry, I think, did The Swimmer. And there's a movie with Jeff Bridges called Rancho Deluxe in Montana by same guy I'm watching. You're halfway through the second season of what? Now I'm confused. Wait, I was talking about movies. But okay, so basically, so I really am one of these, I posted something on Facebook and a lot of people agreed. When we talk about our favorite movies, yes or no, it always seems to be stuff from my teens or early 20s, when more wide-eyed and impressionable at the world, and the world's ahead of us, and what's the world going to be about, and I want passion. So it's very few of us, someone seemed to say, change their mind about their favorite movies as they get older. It just seems almost cement in stone. Yeah, Norm, The Swimmer was another Norm Book Club pick. Yes, Frank Perry. And one movie I turned Norm onto, again, Norm, I get it, Ed. He was one of these guys, not only did he only want to see movies he saw already, if you recommended something, turn his socks at you. No, it's not good. And I could say stuff because Norm, when he would do like something racial, or he wasn't homophobic. It's just like he's like a old school guy. Like I put on Midnight Cowboy. This is for fruits. This is just for fruits. This movie, and I know he really wasn't that annoyed about gays, but he liked to play that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is for fruit. So, and they go, no, it's not. No, it's not. He didn't really remember. Then you have the scene of a young Bob Balaban in a movie theater paying to do something to John Voight. I go, right. Then it turned out Norm did actually watch Midnight Cowboy, but if you suggested the movie, Norm would go, what is this? But I got lucky where I recommended a movie called Some Came Running. It was on Turner Classic, and it had Dean Martin, Sinatra, Shirley MacLaine, and I really recommend it. Oh, it's great. So that's my whole tangent about. What started this? Something with Norm recommendations, or
you were talking about films because you started off with Cody talking about.
Yeah, I'm recommending, but it's hard. I wonder if when we give our top movies, if that's the thing with all of us, let me know in the comments if they're set in stone, like the ones that blew us away. And is it because they blew us away in a seminal, impressionable time in our life? I made a joke once on Facebook. My goal was to get into comedy, see what people are assholes, and have movies ruin for me. Because it's really hard now. I'll know someone is a jerk and go, I can't watch this. I know that person, but before you went to Hollywood. So are those the movies, I'm curious, on our favorites, ones in our 20s or teens, like Dog Day Afternoon? Yeah.
Cody's the youth here. What's Cody think about that? The idea of these things being burned into your impressionable brain.
Well, he's still impressionable. Yes. So Norma's only deeply closeted. Who said he was closeted?
I
Okay.
think that's a Norm joke. I remember that joke.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah. He was talking
he
to
did on Conan. Yeah.
Oh,
I
Larry
think it was,
King.
wait, it was Larry King where he's like, and then he's like, "Are you?" Oh, yeah, he did it. I think a few places. It was funny. That was a good one.
Yeah.
It's one of the-
It was.
Cody, do you feel like what his friend saying is true? Do you feel like your favorite things are burned into you, or because you're such a youthful, you're like a clean slate, like an etch a sketch. Every day we shake you and your memories reset.
Right. Well, it's yeah. I feel like that every day, but no. That's that. I would say that I feel like I did have a lot of that where I would watch like just this particular movies that I really like, and then so I had like a sort of my selection of things I'd like to watch like when I was a little younger, and
Is that
then
because you were on the kid restriction on Netflix where you can only watch a set group of movies because of your age restriction?
No, he's not that young.
no, not that young, not that young, like VHS. No, yeah, no, but that was sort of a restriction. You didn't really have a lot of choice, but yeah, no, it was. I think, yeah, I liked certain things, and then I think as I got older, I think I do think you kind of have like an appreciation for the things that
Seminal
you
times in your
once
life.
really liked, and then there's like this point where now I'm watching. I mean, there's so much. But it's like I'm watching like different things, like whether it's like Ed Wood or something else, or that I've never seen before, which might mean that I, haven't seen a lot of that stuff out there. But I do like a lot of old movies, so I do get attached to a lot of things, and like, oh, I like things like new musicals or old musicals that I've never seen before, like How to Succeed Without Really Trying. One, I like that one, and then I got really hooked on it for a while, and then I still think it's really good, but like entertainment wise, but it's like things like that. I think they don't go away. I do think like there is elements to it. I think if you're an artist, you get connected to a certain aspect.
You know what I found? Sorry to
Maybe.
interrupt.
Sorry, yeah,
Some
I think I'm
movies-
rambling.
No, I rambled too much. Some movies that blew me away emotionally got to me. Then I try watching later in life, and I go,
Right.
there was a movie, I don't think either you heard of it, called Imitation of Life, where I think Lana Turner, and there was a woman who didn't accept her black mother. She was biracial, and at the end, the mother dies, and she's chasing the funeral down the street. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. I get goosebumps. So some movies can just connect with one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was younger or depressed or going through something, it blew me away. Like a movie.
I see.
I never loved stand-up, never loved the road. I always thought there was something wrong with me. I was lazy, a sore loser. But then I watched a movie in 1989 called The Fabulous Baker Brothers with Jeff Bridges and Beau Bridges, where I really related. Jeff Bridges says, the second I'm up there, I want it to end. I remember crying because I thought there was something wrong. Don't you love stand-up? It's the ultimate. And now I tried with some friends, you got to watch this movie. And it, as my mother would say, feels dry. So something that really hit you emotionally at a time, sometimes you watch it another time. I recommend Imitation of Life. Yes, it's very sad, but but something could just hit a nerve. And, one thing I found, maybe it's antidepressants. It's funny, when I first got on antidepressants many years ago, and then I got off, I made a mistake. But I remember when I see movies, I go, I don't get blown away. Either am I medicated or I don't, because I would see a movie that would depress me. Like I saw this movie that depressed me for a week starring Jessica Lange. She may have been nominated, Frances. because I saw a lot of parallels. Jessica Francis, if you, Cody, love like I do movies about real actors, Frances Farmer was a real person, and Jessica Lange played her, and her mother, Jessica Frances, was not mentally ill, but her mother convinced her she was. Because she wouldn't do what her mother made her do, and I had issues with my mother. And so the movie Frances blew me away for a week. So then when I got into my 30s, with the exception of Shawshank Redemption, I didn't see movies that affected me and stayed with me. And I don't know if it's because I'm medicated, but no, I'm not. I'm not that numb. Or it's just you're older and you're not impressionable. I wonder. But there are some movies. You know, what's another thing with John Travolta where he really got smart?
Phenomenon.
Was it Phenomenon? There was a year where there were a few similar John Travolta movies. There's Phenomenon. That was the one where he had a brain tumor. Was that Phenomenon?
That was Phenomenon as well. Yeah.
Then there was Michael.
Oh yeah, that's
He was
an Archangel. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then there was but I remember yeah, now this is an interesting thing. Let me throw this idea by you. Wood, now I'm hot. I shut the AC. I wish I would. I paid Wood $200 to teach me how to, with an app, control my nest. I'm just kidding. He ripped me off. But so when I was younger, meaning in my 30s, before the internet, you'd see a movie and you didn't know what it was about or what was that song. So, and I did something farcical in my book where I made up that, well, no, sometimes the thing that sucks about seeing a movie alone is part of the joy of a movie is after it's done, you can talk to people about it. Mm-hmm. Oh, what do you think that meant? Or so in a way, the mystery is gone because you could see a movie, then YouTube is symposium where they're talking about everything. So in a way, it's almost too much. In a way, it was interesting to see a movie and you don't really know what it's about, or, you know what I mean? Now you could just read every theory. What was it about? Yeah. Like explain, like what did I just see where I needed to explain some movie? But now, you know what I'm saying? In one way, because I would see, you know, click on and you would read all the, do you remember when the IMDb used to have comments? They took it away because everything was racial. Oh, what if a black guy played this? What if a white guy played this? Like every IMDb comment always got racial. I know was telling us obsession Richard Farnsworth, the Tractor movie. I don't remember that one. But like I said, you know, I
think I told you the other day, Fred. There's like an internet rule, which is that as you add more comments to any internet discussion, the probability that Hitler will get brought up, literally, it kind of increases exponentially. So the longer you argue with somebody online, within about 8 or 9 comments, somebody will compare the other person to Hitler, basically. So it's kind of like what you're talking about.
Yeah, every IMDb, I would read not all the comments, but I like to read them. And after a while, oh, imagine if a white guy or a black guy played the Fantastic Four, where there's someone just couldn't help it. Yeah. But yeah, so do you guys, you know what I'm saying? You know, being a guy who used to be in the Writers Guild, they would show at the Writers Guild Theater screenings of a movie, then have a symposium. Let's bring up the cast and crew. I don't like those. I like, you know, because I don't, it's like very self-congratulatory. Oh my God, we worked so hard together and we knew we had something good. And I kind of like the old, because growing up in Brooklyn, which was not the artsy Brooklyn, it was just, you know, Saturday Night Fever. Like you see a movie, that's like another world, you know, like being in Australia, you know, I'm just kidding. Another continent, show business.
It's another universe. Yeah.
Yes. But you know what I mean? Say it was the only David Lynch movie he liked. Which David Lynch movie? I like sometimes movies even if I don't understand them, like Mulholland Drive. I didn't understand Interstellar. So what's your theory about about you like symposiums. I kind of, it takes away from the magic. You just saw a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think to kind of go back to your original point, though. I think if you talk about the internet, I was having a chat to James actually the other day, and we both.
I'm going to
read
actually
this-
run, get water, put the AC, but talk to
Okay.
Cody. I'm sweating.
Well, I'll be interested
Yeah.
to know what Cody thinks. I just think because you're a child of the internet age. I remember when
Yes.
they turned on the internet. Before that, it was newspapers and stuff, and then one day all of a sudden they said, "Well, now you can Google things." But
Right.
it's just like we're just overwhelmed with opinion now. I think is the I don't even think it's
Right.
just about movies. It's just I don't know when it became this thing where we just decided to turn on like a direct pipeline from people's brains into our own brains. But that's why I think there's a problem with the whole Neuralink concept, because if you're connecting each other's brains, you're going to have to hear people's innermost thoughts filtered by Elon Musk. I just don't think it's a good idea.
Right. I think hearing too many. Yes, it's sort of the a whole bunch of ideas, a whole bunch of opinions, a whole bunch of interpretations of something, and then all of a sudden you're like, I can't even know which one I'm gonna go because I'm like, it's like you open a book and here's 100 choices, and you're like, okay, this is what has happened.
It's like everybody's watching YouTube these days because they're like you
Right.
literally open it up and there's 10,000 options and
Right.
15,000 reviews of that option, and then people just go, you know what? I'd rather watch a video about somebody trimming cow hooves and fall asleep. That's kind of like
Right.
that's where I feel that's where people end up.
Well, let's do that,
Exactly,
Cody.
yeah.
Why do we trim cows?
Oh yeah,
There It's a real thing. It's a real thing. There is a whole genre on YouTube of
Wow.
of cow hoof trimming videos that people watch and get lots and lots of views because I don't know, life is too difficult and complicated, so you just disconnect.
That's a good question. If Wayne Fetterman has another film festival to pick a movie, it's hard because it's funny because you ever recommend a movie to a friend, well, like with Norm, or the theater, and you're looking to them hoping they enjoy it like you wrote it. It's like don't put
Right.
it down. And the pressure. I told you when I would see movies with Norm, he recommended, look, you don't like it. Like I fake laughed at what's that? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Because
No.
he looks at you like you better laugh. I'm not a big
Yeah.
John Hughes fan. I call it suburban angst. It's
That's fair.
yeah. But it's hard. Well, it's true. When someone says
Oh, yeah.
what's your favorite movie, there's the other side of the coin, where like Shawshank Redemption was, but then you watch it so many times, it's not your favorite movie anymore. Or now today, when people, what's your favorite TV show? It's not like the old days where I Love Lucy or Seinfeld. It's these streaming things that probably go on a few seasons. What's on your shirt? Okay, this is I'm getting very artsy. I went to a video store,
Cassavetes.
and this is John Cassavetes.
Oh yeah, here
Who-
looks.
He did a movie.
There you go.
How do you know how to close in on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
He was an actor. He was in one of the Norm's movies I watched with him, Rosemary's Baby. I didn't see it till Norm said, you got to watch it. So he was the first, like, a really good-looking guy who had a movie career, not a star, but he was the first guy to really do independent movies,
Yeah.
if I'm not
real
mistaken,
indie-
and
yeah,
really
super indie legend. Yeah.
do them the way they had not been done, where just long scenes of just conversation that may not move the movie along. So then I said to Cody, I also said, Cody, we should do a shirt like this with your different characters and situations. Pearl, Morris, I don't know. Just different things. But yeah, it's like when people used to say your favorite movies, my favorite movie was Dog Day Afternoon because I saw it a few times in a movie theater. And to me, it was a comedy because WNEW plays all the hits, and they would laugh like, where do you want to go, Sal? Wyoming. I'm stuck with a guy who thinks Wyoming's a country. So I like stuff that's funny. Have you seen Dog Afternoon, Cody?
I have not, but I've seen. I've heard about it.
Well, yeah, the famous
What's it about?
Attica thing, but it's a real
Right.
bank robbery, and and which such it, and all the humor was tension because he's holding them hostage, and but they sort of like him, and they're both pathetic, and great character actors in it.
Yeah.
But then I go, my favorite is Dog Day Afternoon, but for inspiration, it's Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption is good.
Yeah.
So where would you say, Fred, that when you talk about like there being an era where you were like fully engaged, and then an era where you're like, I could take it or leave it. Where would you say that stops? Is it the 80s? Is it the 90s? Is it the 2000s?
Yeah, well,
where is it?
Yeah, well, the 80s were a lot of like, Rambo kind of, John Hughes kind of big, big things. Well, I grew up very depressed because the 70s, you'd see the Vietnam War on the news every day. It was just these movies were very somber, like Joe or Scarecrow, these kind of depressing New York gritty movies. Just about kind of sad people, and there was a sadness about the 70s. Yeah, Taxi Driver, exactly. Yeah. And then the 80s got very patriotic, and I know people say, 1999, the best year for movies, Tarantino, and I'm not putting down the 90s. Actually, it was all those Merchant Ivory movies, a lot of that. But I still was, maybe because of my age, I was more like, I think my teens were a very depressing time, and I related to depressing movies like Imitation of Life, or there was a movie called, no one's going to hear of this movie, Bless the Beast and Children, about a bunch of misfits in camp that try to rescue buffalo that are going to be slaughtered. So it was these kind of somber movies that, and even Peanuts, I say, growing up, Charlie Brown, was about a depressed kid.
It's about
yeah. So those were my influences. So but I think, being a teenager in early 20s, how am I going to go out in this world? What's out there for me? I needed analogies for my life. Actually, Cody, I'm going to get, I love how my father looks. What I love is having a great conversation. Having a great conversation and going, and all this me babbling, Cody is doing a great thing. It's not what you ordered, pasta with a pretzel. I love it so much.
It works.
So basically, those kind of. Okay. Now here's one thing me and Cody have in common. I know I'm going all over the place. Please stick with me. People go, what horror movies affected you? I was mostly, the things that blew me away, it spooked me. Well, not monsters, but the Twilight Zone. Like things like you're on a plane, you don't realize you're dead, or you realize you're a mannequin, or the one, and I can't believe this, Cody said it's his favorite one too. It made me cry, where I think it was Gig Young. Somehow he goes back in time and you buy it. Where he doesn't realize, and now that I think of it, won't he see that he knows what he looks like as a kid? He's actually going back to himself as a kid. And he goes, enjoy yourself now. It gets hard. Life's miserable. It's depressing. And no. And do you remember that one, Cody? And then the kid is scared. Yeah. He runs away from him. He trips. He breaks his leg. And then it turns out the older guy now limps forever. Yeah, I know Jaws is scary, Laurie, but to me, psychological stuff scared me, freaked me out, about trapped in your own head and things like that. So that's why Same thing with horror movies. People go, "You a horror fan?"
Oh,
The Omen,
That's a good one.
yes.
That's a good one.
I didn't. I saw in a movie theater Linda Blair, who I had a crush on. I wasn't religious savvy, so I didn't quite understand it, the devil and all that. But to me, I love a movie. Uh, no proms or anything. No, I'm just reading comments. No, I wasn't even. I was even in the school yearbook, but I liked. I like horror movies, not because they're horror movies, but if they transcend the genre, like American Werewolf in London, which I tried
Hey.
having friends watch it. I love it because it's about not monsters, but a guy trying to find peace. That he knows he. Did you see that one, Pete?
Yeah, no, I did.
It's about a guy who's a werewolf.
Yes,
I don't want to give too much away, but he knows. I know I got to kill myself because I'm going to keep killing people, but I can't quite do it, and I'm tormented. And it's just they find and Jacob's Ladder, where I don't mean to give it away. Do you ever see Jacob's Ladder?
Yeah, that's it. That's a great.
And The Sixth Sense, where you find peace because you died. Here's more morbid stuff. I was so depressed as a kid when someone would die in a movie and they go, "He's in a better place." I didn't realize they meant heaven. I thought they meant the dirt, anywhere but here. So I was very depressed.
That's
When they go,
morbid.
he's in,
Yeah,
when they go, he's in a better place. I thought anywhere but here. So that's my
Yes,
depression.
not conscious.
Yeah, he's in a better place, not here.
Yes, yeah.
So my movies, some of my favorite horror movies are about finding peace. It's not about the monster per se, and so yeah. So
The
going back,
irony would be if your favorite horror movies were ones that make other people happy in that context. You're like, Mary Poppins is the scariest movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
you know,
It is.
I got a lot of flack recently because I'm not into holiday romantic. I got to be honest. This is kind of being a bitter guy growing up. I never liked movies where the guy gets the girl. Hey, I'm charming. That's why screw Bill Murray and Groundhog's Day. You know, I never liked, I'm a charming guy. I'm going to win you over and John Cusack and say anything. So
you
yeah,
would like there's a YouTube theory of people talking about Groundhog Day that he's dead. You would enjoy. You should hunt that down. He's actually like the theory is that he actually died, and this is just him in purgatory, basically.
I'm gonna look for that on YouTube. That
Yeah.
he's really
dead.
dead. Well, that is hell. Just to relive the same moment every. Someone just asked me, "Can you recommend an inspirational movie?" The last movie, which I'm going to say is new, but it's probably 12 years. To me, that's new. There's a movie called Sing Street. Have you seen that?
Is that animation?
No, I think it's a movie that took place in Ireland.
Yeah, right.
Someone asked, do I like Chevy Chase movies? Good question. He's a swarmy guy, but I got to say, I revisited Caddyshack, which the name drop I saw with Eddie Murphy, because I read the book where Amelia, I took Pete yesterday to Book Soup, where this girl who works there, well, this woman, never is wrong about her recommendations of books. I'm reading Barry Diller, who I don't know much about, but she's great with showbiz books. So I read the book about the making of Caddyshack, where I go, why do I care about that? That's not an important movie to me. But it's great stuff about how National Lampoon was started, SNL was started, Chevy Chase, Caddyshack, Doug Kenny. And I forgot, he was like a gorgeous leading man, Chevy Chase. You see him that go, wow, but he is such an asshole in real life, stories I've heard. So I wasn't like a big Fletch thing. That was more the 80s. I stopped falling in love with a lot of movies in the 80s. I can't say I was a Vacation fan.
Oh yeah.
No, no.
Okay.
Let me
But
think of that.
Fletch,
Yeah.
something like Fletch, does that work for you or no?
I don't think I disliked it, but for some reason it didn't resonate. It had to have sad characters in it, a black guy that's an underdog that's doing the best he can. I don't know. Um, it didn't resonate, as I would say.
Fair
I
enough.
loved like real weird people. Like there was a movie that I got Norm to watch called. Oh, I'm scary. I can't think of names. The Hot Rock with Paul Sand, guys you never heard of. A guy named who just died probably 7 years ago. When you're an old guy, I realize that. Ron Liebman and Paul Newman and Robert Redford. No, not Paul Newman. Robert Redford. And I remember Norm going, "What the hell is this movie?" Then he sees Zero Mostel. All right, he's good. Like he would curse the movie right away. This is crap. Turn it off. And you have to go, no, come on. But we're kind of sad, real people. Like I love George Segal. He was.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Albert Brooks.
Albert Brooks. I got to say, I was going through a thing with a woman, and I put on Modern Romance, and right from the first moment, going, this is like Vietnam and no win. He's talking to her. So I love a lot. I love and appreciate a lot of Albert Brooks. I had a dispute with Norm. I couldn't care about the muse. Where who cares about the screenwriter has a muse? He's got a big house in Beverly Hills. I appreciated Defending Your Life, but the movie Mother, it felt very conventional with Debbie Reynolds. Oh, the happy ending, and he. It's weird. When I used to be in the Writers Guild, you could see free movies. There's some movies I don't know if I liked, but I watched a lot. I still like watching it. Like, this is morbid. I watched Dead Man Walking 3 or 4 times in a theater because it was free. Just showing you
With
in the Writers
Sean
Guild.
Penn?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great film.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I liked what's that movie with what's that movie where the novelist adaptation, because he's being a
that's
hypocrite. He's
excellent.
kind of
Yeah.
hacky. It's still a hacky ending.
Yeah. Deliberately though, because it's playing with the structure.
Yeah,
It's playing with the form.
I still enjoyed watching it, even though I think maybe it's a bit overrated.
I watched it again recently. I feel like it still holds up.
You know what doesn't hold up, but it was so amazing at the time? American Beauty.
Ah, interesting. You can. That's hard to find. It's actually. I don't think it's on any of the services.
Now, as Raymond would say, Penelope Parasite goes, I have a real great opinion of The Last Circus. My opinion is, I never heard of it. What is it? What's The Last Circus? Do you know that movie?
No, I don't know.
Can you explain it? Looking for comedy in the Muslim world is good. I'll retry that. Lost in America. That was great. Yes, he was pretty good as a sleazy guy. Tell me the name of the movie. You know something? I think I am an old guy because there's some new movies that I would love if I was younger. Like this movie had the feel of an old movie in the 70s. It was with the I'm an old guy, can't think of names. Christine Chastain. She was the redhead in Zero Dark 30.
Oh yeah,
Oscar
Jessica Chastain.
Isaac.
Yep.
What was the movie? No, what was the movie? No, what was the movie where Albert Brooks played like a sleazy kind of guy? Was it that Oscar Isaac movie that took place in Brooklyn? And he was kind of
like Inside Llewyn Davis.
no.
Where he's sort of Bob Dylan. No.
No, there was one where uh, about 7, 8 years ago, or maybe 5 years ago, where where Oscar
maybe two, maybe 6 months. Maybe it hasn't come out
he
yet.
was kind of a he was kind of a gangster in like Brooklyn. What was the one where Albert
I don't know.
Brooks played a guy, or was it like that movie? All right,
Not sure.
I'm. No one knows the title.
No, I think what's your that comedy name that you had? It was like the Trendsetter, the Wild Man. Come on, I'm trying to get you to say it.
The Wild Man.
Well, when you that the comedy character.
Not my first Mister. No, there was one where Albert Brooks wasn't the star, but he played the fourth lead and kind of a sleazy guy. It was an Oscar Isaac movie, or maybe it was Baby Driver. Was he a bad guy in Baby Driver?
Ryan Gosling.
Drive. Was it Drive? 2000 Spanish French. I guess you checked it out. Written directed by. So I don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out.
And then you'll have
Drive.
to give a review.
Drive. Okay, Drive is where Alec Baldwin played kind of a sleazy guy, which I thought he was good in. Oh, stop the presses. Try to guess my favorite Albert Brooks part. I think it's an easy guess. It was a cameo in a movie where I loved him. This is an easy guess. You mentioned it earlier. He had 2 or 3 scenes, and this to me was a comedy, and I watched it in a movie theater. Because it was to me, it was a drama. You mentioned earlier, you guessed it, Pete, but Albert Brooks was funny, and so my first time seeing Albert Brooks in a drama.
In a drama.
You guessed the movie before, Pete.
We've gone on so many tangents now. I don't remember any of the words that I said earlier.
Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver. Oh wow, he was in Taxi Driver.
Does anyone else remember Albert Brooks in Taxi Driver?
Wow.
I'm getting goose. See, that's when I get goosebumps. When I first started as a teen going to movies, I love movies, but to me, Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn was like growing up in Alabama. It was just a small town of racist and, people that never leave. No, I'm not even saying that to be funny. The Brooklyn I grew up in was the Saturday Night Fever, Welcome Back, Kotter, Brooklyn. People never left the block, Brown Street. They never left Brooklyn. And it was so back then, you didn't know how to get into show business because now you could watch everything on YouTube, a podcast, DVD behind the scenes. So to me, when I starry-eyed teen in movies, so just wow. So that's made one is more impressionable. And Albert Brooks in Taxi Driver, they were laughing when De Niro, Travis Bickle came in. Yes, he's with Sybil Shepherd, came in to talk to Sybil Shepherd, and Albert Brooks is peeking. You see him like, what are they talking about? We lost Pete. And
We lost Pete?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
His phone. Palantine. James knows Taxi Driver. But that's
Let me know if he wants to get back in or something.
Okay. But yeah, I babbled. It's like, what did I do with Sybil Shepherd. To me, that was a comedy because here's a guy has no idea how to go on a date with a woman. Favorite character I played. That's a hard question because favorite character or favorite gig? or best money gig. So let me see if I could, like, Seinfeld and Raymond, because they were those shows, you know, just when I was on Seinfeld, the story I always tell, yeah, Taxi
Mhm.
Driver. All right, James, hold that thought. I want to know your best movies. I remember when they said, get to the set, they have a part for you in Seinfeld. I didn't even know what I was going to play. Excuse me. But I said to myself, even if I have one or two lines on Seinfeld, that'll be effing amazing to be part of Seinfeld. So I get down there to the table read, not knowing what I'm going to play. And then to be in 4 scenes, and I go, I know they cut a lot. So just for prosperity to be part of Seinfeld was pretty epic. Excuse me. Well, Dumb and Dumber. There's that animation thing. I don't know if it's going to go. I haven't heard how it's doing. Super Duper Bunny League, but that was great because it's my first job, animation. Where what ideas do you have? And I'm coming up with improvs, my own ideas, coming up with creating a character, Dr. Fuzzleglove. So, I mean, there were other jobs. The Norm Show, hanging out with Norm and Artie Lang, just for the pure fun of it, was one of my favorites. Nicest cast was Wings.
Mm. Mhm.
It's hard to say. Favorite character, though, I guess on Seinfeld I played the same guy. It's a hard question. Excuse me. Yes. So what happened with Dumb and Dumber? Where this is actually a story about Dumb and Dumber. Cody's illustrating. Now, that's my father being fired.
Yes.
Okay.
Mom.
So what happened with Dumb and Dumber, and if you come see us in Ohio, I'm going to tell the story because we're going to do a screening of it. I auditioned as the sidekick to Mike Starr, who punched me out, and they really liked me. Excuse me. And then I started doing my thrill seeker jokes. I'm a bad guy. I don't care. I drank milk that expired yesterday. I forgot. I was just riffing, and they were liking it. You can't stop me, like being a pathetic bad guy. And so I auditioned as that, and they really liked me, as I said twice. My agent said, they really liked you, but you didn't quite get the part. And I said, can you ask them if there's anything else I'll do if they really like me? Because I felt in the audition they really liked me. And but then someone canceled. They said, there's a thing you could do. Sure, I'll do it. So then the phone booth guy, I get to the set, and Peter Farley tells me, and I didn't process it, that, Bobby Farley says, excuse me, you were going to be the sidekick to Mike, but the studio wanted a woman, so they gave it to Duff, who played the sidekick. Oh, man. And I didn't really process it. God damn it. I could have been one of the leads in Dumb and Dumber, but I didn't. I think I didn't really process the heartbreak of it because I was younger, which I wasn't so young then. All right, my career's ahead of me, But then years later, when it's not awful career, I know I argue with Cody. Cody says you've done a lot of little things, but you never did anything big. There's so many people who have had better careers. Like I say, Cody, all right, I didn't hit the home run, as you're always saying, but I did a bunch of little things. He went, yeah, but you never had a good movie career. I'm just kidding. That's just the voice in my head. I'm making it Cody. But sometimes that bad voice in my head says, "Oh, look at Harlan Williams. He did a lot of good big movie parts. You never did that, and I could have had a really big movie part in Dumb and Dumber." And Mike Starr. Okay, James, hold that thought. So okay, so so later so I told that to Mike, and he says, Duff said that too. It was supposed to go to Fred Stoller, but they wanted a woman. And Mike saying, "Man, that would have been lightning in a bottle. Me and you playing off each other. Mutt and Jeff, tall, intimidating Mike Starr guy, weird, skinny, nervous Fred is the other bad guy. Man, that would have been amazing." But it didn't happen. Coulda, shoulda. I was going to do a story with Cody about Dumb and Dumber, calling it "Coulda is dumb, shoulda is dumber." But we're doing this Dumb and Dumber story. Okay, so in one way, and tell me, Cody, if this is good as another Dumb and Dumber story, but I like the one we're doing now.
Right.
Okay, I got to be in Dumb and Dumber as the phone booth guy, not as one of the leads. But then I went to the rap party for Joe Dirt. I had a little part in Joe Dirt, which I didn't have to audition for, the chemistry teacher. And so I see this guy, a young kid, which probably meant 30, kid. Well, I don't know how old he was. He goes, "I was the assistant to Peter Farley, the assistant editor, or his assistant on Dumb and Dumber." "Oh, cool." He goes, he was going to cut the phone booth scene. He goes, "This is funny, but it doesn't move the story along. It's not the leads. Let's cut it." And the young assistant goes, "I like it. No, I think you should keep it." Went, "All right." So because this assistant said to him, "Nah," he went, "All right." And so my long-winded story is, I didn't get to be the bad guy in Dumb and Dumber, but if it wasn't for some kid telling me, the director, "No, I think I like it," I would have been cut from Dumb and Dumber. So I wouldn't have even had that if it wasn't for some young guy in the room who's just an assistant going, "No, that's funny." So that's, do you like that story, Cody?
Yeah, it's an interesting sort of part of the whole making of sort of.
Yeah, so I'll tell that story at our Ohio thing. So James, interesting you should say that. I had lunch with James last week. I like to go back to LA and visit and then go back home to the suburbs. So I actually posted something on Substack. Someone asked me on Cameo, what's the backstory? Why did the guy need the phone so much? And I said, that's a great question. So I got together with James, and I was actually going to say, James, either we could do a little thing with Cody, where a little serial where the story progresses little by little. And James is a very interesting writer where he likes off the beaten track things. So I actually asked on Substack, I said, I have a contest. Only 2 people participated, Scarlett and I think Al. Come up with a story for the backstory for why the guy needed the phone. And James, I was going to bring it up, but for some reason, I'm too all over the place. But either we can make a short, that's something I would really push, even though I should go ahead with what you have. Writing a little piece, either something Cody can illustrate in our comic Substack, or maybe a short film of either 20 years later or 30 years later, he still wants the phone, or it could be a crazy thing. You know what I mean, Cody? Like the backstory of, or maybe what if the guy was knocked out by Mike Starr and years later he wakes up from a coma and he still needs to make the call, and he's in 2025. So I think this is ripe for a lot of stuff, which I got to admit, I'm not a good screenwriter. I'm not good at the twist, the love interest, the third act. That's why I like doing these things uh, with Cody, where these are things from my life, little things that I don't know how to put in a screenplay. I'm not too tired in my life to try to do a proposal for a book. I've tried, but we could just tell the story little by little. So, James, if you could come up with a fun, quirky little demo screenplay or thing Cody could do for either I woke up from a coma after being punched years later and I still need to make the call, or back then, why? It's funny you should ask that, Lav. So what I'm thinking is, did anyone try to get on a thing? Did Pete try to get back or anything?
Yeah, Pete
Pete-
did come back.
Pete's phone battery died. That's what happened.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
But
Well, it was great having him on. He's a great guest.
yeah, he's very good. Pete's great with movies. He's a guy, and James too. So James, think of that. I like how your mind works. So James, tell us your favorite movies. Oh, speaking of movies, so I went to this pinball place I found where I live, and where they had some weird video game. I don't know what this is, or I never had a. There's a phone booth place in Columbus called Dirty Dungarees. Yeah, people. Let me see. I'll tell them they loved you. Someone is telling Scarlett and Cody. Now, your friend Mike keeps telling about this famous hot dog place that's amazing.
Oh yeah,
Do you know what
Tony
he's talking about?
Pacos.
What's it called?
Tony Pacos.
And what is it about it?
It's like a well, they have like this hot dog thing. It's in Toledo, and a lot of celebrities went there, like Jerry Seinfeld, and they would sign. They would have like these things they could sign for on the wall. I haven't actually been there, believe it or
Oh,
not.
me and Mike gotta go. Let's
Yeah.
find the phone booth if there's one.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's supposed to be a pretty cool place. I know. Oh, somebody joined. What do you got? Ben. Do you know a Ben?
No.
Let's get him on. Let's get him on.
Oh no. It's Ben.
It's
Ben. What do you
Ben.
have to say today?
It's me, Ben, from West Virginia.
Oh no, we were doing serious movie talk, but
We were doing serious talk. I was changing the world with my thoughts and the people involved, and then and then all my friends, my old friends, are all watching, and they're excited, and then my young friends are watching, and yeah, we were making some real headway with some innovations, some new ideas.
wait, Fred, can I read James' favorite movies and you can comment what you think?
Yeah.
Now, his number one favorite movie, which was my number one movie, Shawshank Redemption, wasn't it inspirational, Fred?
It was. I remembered the poster and the was it Greta Garbo or was it James Mansfield? I don't
Raquel
remember
Welch, too.
Raquel Welch. Oh, all these, but with Raquel Welch, it was a bro this, a bro that, and there's such. Oh, I'm a tough guy. I'm a woman. This. Yeah, but
It's
I
funny.
liked it. I liked the movie
Tim
a
Robbins
lot.
today looks older. He looked older 20 years ago than the old version of him in Shawshank. His number two movie, I got to try again, The Dark Knight. what is so great about The Dark Knight? But
Well, you know, it's like you keep your apartment if it's lit low and it's not very much
it's
light,
dark at night.
and,
Yeah.
and then you watch The Dark Knight. It's dark at night and it's the Dark Knight, and you know, it's hard to focus on what's going on.
Number three is Taxi Driver. That I think I've turned off a few women on dates where um, I had them watch Taxi Driver, but his ineptness when he takes a woman on a date to a porn movie because he doesn't understand. I hear beeping. Did I leave the refrigerator open? Taxi Driver is amazing. Casino, I gotta say, I think I like it better than Goodfellas. Don't tell Mike Starr. I think Casino, Frank Vincent is great in it. I just like that whole narration in the casinos. This is how it works. The suitcase, the this. They walk in and out. What's your favorite Scorsese movies?
Well, I got originally I got tapped to do the voice to do the narration for
Shawshank.
yeah, Shawshank, and I went, oh, they're in the prison. It's so, there's no, they don't know what to do with themselves. And, they could read a book, but a lot of them don't even know how to read a book. And a lot of just the smell of body odor can't be written. You can't write
Yeah.
body odor. It is that thing. And so when people smell it, so I didn't think it was real accurate for that because, you'd have body odor if you was sweating like that. And they're not handing out deodorant. So,
That's a good analysis. And Blade Runner 2024, 2049, I never fell in love with the original Blade Runner. So maybe I'll watch that one. I was on a plane and someone was watching a movie. I like to watch people watch movies with the sound, with my sound off, and just try to figure it out. And I would love your David Letterman with Harlan. Did you just do a new thing with Letterman and Harlan?
no, this is an old thing. If the Letterman is, it's just if you like Letterman, because people don't really like him anymore. They're tired of him or something. But I like him. He talks like it's just you would hope at some point. Again, I don't know when. I don't know how. I don't know what to degree. But just by the very minute possibility, I might go get a Whopper. Jeez. And if, of course, you get a Whopper, this is the thing about Whoppers, and people don't talk about this entirely, but you get a Whopper, you got to get fries.
I want to go back on Kevin Brennan. Either bring Keith on. Did you ever know Keith Resner, who calls himself the autistic comic?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Let's fill this out for me. Do this for me. Do that thing for me. Yeah. I refinanced his home. So, see, he asked me to do everything. I co-signed, I re-signed, I sign languaged. I did all the signs. Did all the different signs.
I like James's favorite movies. Australia. What's your favorite Australian movie?
Oh, put another shrimp on the Barbie, the saga. No, I liked that BMX movie that what's her name was in, Nicole Kidder, where she was
Kidman.
married. Yeah, there was a BMX movie of her. She was a race car driver and a BMX star, and it was something to say. It was one of my favorite Australian movies.
Yeah, I never. Have you been to Australia?
What is it? Do I get every question? Every question goes to me? Yeah, I was there yesterday. I'm only joking with you. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. No, I've never been to Australia. I've been to New Zealand, and
I've never been to Spain, but I've been to Oklahoma. What's that from?
I don't know. But you named the flight attendant.
Three Dog Night. I've never been to Spain, but no, I gave you treats. Now the cat wants treats. So yeah. I know Ben, the real Ben from Virginia won't go on this anymore. He's mad.
Why won't he go on here anymore?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Aussies once peppered language. What does that mean?
Oh, you want to go to get an answer from Flight Attendant?
It's such a demented character. If that character was in an Adam Sandler movie, it would be the biggest thing in the world. But I guess we're not in an Adam Sandler movie now.
Yeah.
Cody, are you an Adam
Hmm?
Adam Sandler fan, Cody?
Well, I'd have to say no, which is interesting. I liked. There are some parts though I saw with AJ. We checked out a few movies that was funny, and I was like,
Well, you better like some other parts too. Everybody
Yeah,
else
there
gets it. They go
What?
nuts for an Adam Sandler impression, but it's just going, oh, That's
Do you
all
throw
it
that
is.
Do you throw that in the middle of a set and they just go nuts?
I don't even do it. I just did it now. I don't even. That's how vested I am in it.
Well, Wood has a hope that I think Cody hopes that the new Happy Gilmore doesn't ruin the old one. I didn't know till a few years ago ruin was two syllables. I didn't know museum. I used to say museum. I'm saying it wrong. It's museum. I didn't know that. So
No,
Wood
you could
corrected
just
me.
say museum.
Museum.
You don't have to get all jacked up to say the whole word. I mean,
Museum.
First off, I'm pissed off that it says Ben, but it's me, Fred.
Yeah.
And then I made that choice to change the name to Ben because I was going to come on here as Ben, which I did, but now I find out he's not coming on. So I'm left to sort of, I'm like, I'm doing all the cat calling myself.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, someone I know, and now Wood is saying so many movies have been remade that are useless. The Karate Kid, The White Men Can't Jump, it's terrible. I know someone that loved Arthur with Russell Brand. You, come on, you got to do a Russell Brand impression.
Let me tell you something, mate. Because the hierarchy of life can only be one thing and one thing only, a divine paradox with Jesus Christ and Lord and Savior. But the people that don't understand the patriarchy aren't understanding that life is not just that. It's a series of things, and there are things that you can change at every moment of your life. You take control of your life, and you have a different life. If I put this tank top on later in the day, I have a different timeline.
That's great. Do you know who Russell Brand is, Cody?
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, I think I do. Yes.
I think you do know me because life is very strange.
Yeah.
And Sir gets a little persnickety of that, and that's what they want you to see. It's this a divine intervention where a military and a military coup can come down on you and you.
Yes, I do know who that is. I know who you are.
Well, I appreciate the general acknowledgement, and that is interesting to say because there's a certain number of things that people do. I won't eat macaroni and cheese anymore because I know it's frozen meat. It's not processed. It's not good for your body. So after I do a cold plunge, I'll have a chocolate milkshake that's made from a cow's asshole. Oh, hey there, Russell. You want to go to the pond? You gonna hand job for me?
Why? All right, I'm going to ask you a stupid question. Why do you like going to places and looking for flight attendants? Do flight attendants hang out in diners, Denny's, and offer to go into bathrooms with men? I don't understand.
Well, that's funny you say that, Fred. Every corner you turn is something else. No, oh, hey there, Fred. You want to go to bed? It's basically a cadence. It has nothing to do with the actual facts. It's just trying to say the words really
Right.
quickly.
You
And
shouldn't analyze it.
waitress, it could have been waitress. It could have been flight attendant. It could have been bartender. It could have been.
I like flight attendant
Pizza,
because it makes no
pizza.
sense. It makes no sense.
Fred. You want to go get a hand job from a flight attendant at a Cuban restaurant?
Now that makes sense. Now Wood is saying he worked on a show with Russell Crowe and he was very nice. So all right, I can rethink my opinion.
I have a different understanding of him, and I remember him very well. And I know that he has what it is: divine paradox, a communication between those who are religious and those who are not religious. And there's a certain didacticity to it, and a didacticity turns into a morbexity, and that can be more good than bad. It's like when you order a pizza, you don't get all the different toppings on there at once because you want to try all the different pizzas.
Jeff Richards should do that on his podcast. Has he done that character?
That's the first time I did it just now.
Isn't it great?
I don't know.
I think it's great. You're a very good improver, except with me, when you can't think what to say, you just do the laugh.
You know, when I do you, I like to do you because I can go slower. It gives me more time to think. I got my cat. He wants cat treats. He's also staring at me. He wants to go for a ride. You know, but I don't drive because I got a pension. It doesn't really allow for gasoline. So, I have to kind of put the kibbutz on that or the bajits on these, the magadza goes against. But Daryl Hammond wants to say something.
Oh, I bumped into him with Pete yesterday. Pete went off at Swingers, but what did he have to say?
Well, it's like anything. It's complicated and diluted and strange, and it's like the Himalayas. The people in the Himalayas were really kindred spirits to the 1930s Chicago mafioso, the mobsters, and a great unity and a great disrespect, and because they were sort of coming off this, this great win and this global enthusiastic build that became, sort of serendipitous of the 1930s mobsters, the people that were.
Why does Daryl Hammond talk about mobsters so much?
Because, well, it's very interesting. The different families, like the Gabbiano family and the Delugio family, Tom Metaphor and Maggiano family, they were all Italians. They were all eating Italian food, and it was very weird and very strange.
So Scarlett asked, when you were on SNL, who was your favorite musical guest?
I suppose Tom Petty.
Ooh.
I said, oh, yeah. Like a refugee, don't do like that. Don't do like that. Put our life in. Don't do like that. Yeah. I said, oh, the waiting is the hardest part. The waiting is the hardest part.
Oh wow, that must have been
It did.
amazing, seeing Tom Petty. You forget this guy how amazing he is. You don't even think of it. There was a 4-hour documentary on one of the things. I watched it in increments. I can't watch it all. I get dizzy, but you forget how amazing he was. But he was. You know what? I have mixed feelings about Bruce Springsteen. Some of his stuff I love, but then his concert, he's like a hacky comedian. Come on, Clarence! And I came down to the mountain and I got my first guitar and 1, 2, and you think of a story like a hacky guy, a comic at the end. And when Clarence came, we formed Main Street 1, 2. That's not bad, but when you think of Tom Petty, he doesn't tell some dramatic story. He's like, let's hear it for the people in the rafters. I know your seats. You don't get $20 each.
No, he pretty much talks like this. It's really great to be here. When we first got here, I thought we're going to be able to get through it and we're going to be able to understand it. But now we're here. We're about 2 songs in and somebody breaks one of the guitars. So I'm Tom from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. So we're going to do the concert. We're going to finish the concert. The hardest part. The hardest part. It's not the hardest part. I'll show you the hardest part.
Oh, he was, yeah. He.
Now he's drawing the Twin Towers. What the hell am I getting into here? Now he's drawing the Twin Towers that look like they're bending.
They're bending. The Twin Tower Pisas or
Pizza. What's up, Fred? I'm going to roast these Twin Towers.
All right.
What's up, Twin Towers? You having a good time? How are you going to turn around on me? What are you dancing? What are they dancing? You having a good time? Why don't you tell your tower face?
I always, again, it's like a crazy person roasting inanimate objects. I always thought one of my favorite, can you interview Fred as Drunk Girl from SNL? I don't know if he could. He was doing fish muttering, like attempting it, but he got nervous. The hell was I saying?
Shut the fuck up. I fucking hate you.
Is that Drunk Girl? I don't remember.
Fred, is it Drunk Girl? You don't remember me? You don't remember what we had?
You sound like Carl Dunnigan's real voice.
You sound like somebody else that sounds like somebody else. And it's hard to understand you. It's hard to understand. This is West Virginia Bill. Oh, Adrian, Fred, you want to go to get a hand job from a movie theater from a guy named Chip, and you can get us in the back seat. We don't have to buy tickets and get a hand job from a stewardess.
He's like a parrot in a pet store that people gave bad words to, and he does the flight attendant stuff and goes like a parrot. There were a bunch of parrots.
Where are you explaining this to?
I don't know, but I heard there was a bunch of parrots at a zoo that people would curse at them, and then they were kind of kicked out so imagine a bunch of parrots doing the Ben character.
Ooh, either dirt.
If you haven't seen him do Drunk Girl, looking it up, it's amazing. I will look it up. Drunk Girl. Scarlett loves Drunk Girl. So, well, you got mentioned recently, or not Ben, but because what's his name? A closer look guy. I can't think of his name. Mentioned how funny Jeff Richards and Drunk Girl was.
Who did?
You sent me the clip.
Oh, Seth Meyers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do a Seth Meyers impression? That's not
Not
bad.
really.
That's how he looks.
It's not. He kind of goes, "Okay, guys," you know. Good guy though, really nice guy. But I don't know how to do Fred Myers. I mean, Seth Meyers. I could do Fred Myers.
Fred Armisen.
Oh, in here, Fred. You and Fred and Seth want to go to the bathroom, get a job?
Flight attendants. I just love that someone's convinced this is a thing people can do. Now, show Cody, if you hold your hand up, Cody, I mean, show Wood that you hold your hand up and what the camera does, please, Cody.
Oh yeah.
That's how it got. That's normal.
Wait, what does that do? It makes you follow you?
Well, it's not right now. Let's take a look, see what's going on. It's not listening or looking. Live long and prosper.
Oh, I guess Wood broke it.
He
I
broke
used
it.
to have this landlord, this guy, from Germany, but Jewish, and like I
Oh,
said,
there.
the toilet doesn't work. You broke it.
See that?
You broke it. That's my Jamie impression too.
Hey, buddy, let's talk for a second. Fred, you're so funny, buddy. I loved you in all the movies, and I love the movie where you're the guy in the movie. You know, I love the movies. Why do you do movies? You should do like plays or something. You should do like something opposite of what's working.
Oh,
You
it's
should
working
put a
now.
big. You should put a big suit on. You should.
Do the opposite of what's working.
Why aren't you doing the opposite as working? That then you fail. That's great. I love it. What a country.
But that's Yakov Smirnoff.
No, he goes, why do you do impressions? What do you think you're gonna do with impressions? Nobody knows what that is.
So wait, what's this picture, Cody? I forgot.
Your
This is-
mom. Your mom's pulling her dad into a
The movie theater.
movie theater.
Yeah. That's Jeff. That's what happened when I was in Dumb and Dumber. My parents wouldn't pay to see it, but they saw Nobody's Perfect with Paul Newman and snuck into Dumb and Dumber.
Are you serious?
Yes, and that's what the story's about. Where my father, the story's called "Don't Make Trouble" because he doesn't like to. That's, I'm pretty bad with that. Where like, the first shot was the wrong food comes. It's close enough. She goes, you want steak? It goes pasta. Don't make trouble. So like they saw, it was 1994. What's it called? Nobody's Perfect. Come on, let's see Freddie's movie. This is the one, I think. So when he went in, this is true. He sat there going, this is wrong. This is wrong. We're taking someone's seat who paid for it. This is bad. Something bad will happen. I feel bad. And he has got a picture of that. My father just, and
Funny.
and then the punchline is, then I got punched out, and he goes, see, something bad happened. Freddie got punched out.
Your mom's got nice legs.
Well, it's just so sexy. Yes. Well, no, that's pants. That's not a dress. That would be very demented.
Does she have an ear on the back of her head? What are we doing here?
What do you mean an ear on the back of her head? What?
Look at the drawing.
The ears on the side.
The ears on the side. Like I get the roast beef. I get the cabbage on the side, and then I get some soup. Because it just makes me relaxed. I got some eagle eye soup. I got some gelatin. I got some. I just went shopping. I got a new shower caddy. I got a portable shower caddy because I get separation anxiety from not having it. And,
Portable one.
yeah, because I take it to the Grove.
I thought of the most insane thing, Cody. I don't know if this is a good animation piece.
Yeah, what's
So
it?
you saw I bought a lockbox. You know, some things I just eat too much stuff. I get a stomach ache or an edible. I'll keep doing it. So you could set it for however long you want,
Oh, yeah.
to open up. You know what I mean? So you don't do the stuff.
Right.
So I actually did 4th of July here by myself. It's a great view. But someone said, come to this thing. So the lockbox was going to open at 7.
Mhm.
So I said, "Well, imagine if I brought a lockbox to a party
Mhm.
and waited for it to open, like standing around like a moron at a party with a lockbox. I
I
can't do
love
this.
that.
I wonder if there's anything we could do with that. Jeff loves that.
I like that.
Yeah,
It's
that could be
just so
funny.
pathetic. Like, what's that, Fred? Oh, it's the lockbox.
But you could you walk in there. Yeah, you walk in there and they're like, "What's this lockbox?" You go, "I brought something for the party. You're gonna find out at 11:35." And you're just waiting for it to open, and
Exactly.
Yeah, this.
That's kind of a good premise. Like they're at a party, and
Well,
then it ends up like being something like chips and
So
dip or something.
this
Just
new
dip, yeah.
lockbox, you can't open so much. But when the pandemic happened, I was just throwing out ice cream and stuff because the Ben and Jerry's it's $6 or whatever, but it has the crunchy stuff I like. But I couldn't stop eating it, so I said, "All right." I didn't have a good lockbox. I said I should set it for an hour. I don't want. I want to eat food now, but by accident I set it for a day. So then I broke it because like, oh damn, I want to eat
what was
sooner.
in it?
It's how pathetic I am. Sometimes edibles and stuff, but sometimes I would put Ben and Jerry's ice cream and then put that in the freezer, the
The
lockbox
whole
in the
box
freezer,
in the freezer.
the
Oh
whole
my
pint.
god, that's
Yes,
so funny. It was
That-
that
but
big
this-
of a lockbox.
it was about this big, so you could put a
Wow.
pint of ice cream in it. But the new one is hard to break, and I won't break it. I've grown. I have better discipline. I don't break a lockbox.
How much was it?
It's embarrassing. It was not cheap. I'm a moron.
Well, tell me. I might want to get one.
The new lockbox is a lot better. It's
How
like
much?
$50. $50. I'll send you.
American?
Yeah. Did you really want it? I'll give it to you for doing these podcasts. If you
Oh,
really want
really?
one. Yeah. Do you really want
Oh,
one?
thanks. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
I'm gonna
actually.
send it to you. So, speaking of discipline, I was watching Dave Keckner on some interview. Do you know who he is?
Oh yeah, I had him on my show.
Yeah, so he got 2 DUIs very quickly, obviously as a problem, and he says I've been sober 6 months. That he said he takes this pill and he goes on FaceTime with his other friend who has a problem. Let's take our pills together. That he takes a pill. If he puts alcohol in him, he will throw up violently. I never heard of this. Have anyone heard of this?
Wow, no.
But it's a way to not drink is if I do put alcohol in me, I will get violently sick. So he can't. So that's, I thought, interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he puts those pills in his lockbox. Can't get to him.
That'd be a moron. He puts productive stuff in his lockbox. I got Band-Aids. I got
Yeah, it's like I got syringes and fucking ointment.
Yeah, I can't help you. I got a fire extinguisher in my lockbox. Like now I gotta say something happened. I have antidepressants, I'll be honest. And I left them at work and someone stole them. Whoever stole them, I hope you're happy now.
That's funny.
I'm stealing that joke from Wood. Whoever
Right.
stole my antidepressants, I hope you're happy now.
Well, I hope you're happy now.
I could see John
Yeah.
Lovett saying that.
I hope you're happy now.
Toilet paper in the lockbox.
Toilet
Yeah.
paper in a lockbox.
My father now, who does he look like? some professor, someone I can't articulate, some celebrity, or some guy.
Is it Steve Allen?
Maybe. So one of them says nobody's perfect, and yours will say Dumb and Dumber. I'm old enough to remember when movies, two things. You'd go to a movie not knowing what you were seeing, just to go to the movies. And now you look it up on this site, what, you know, Loving Madness, whatever it's called. Rotten Tomatoes. Loving Madness. It's different. But I remember when we would go to a movie in the middle of it, and you go, okay, we stay to see, and then you leave to see the 20 minutes you miss when the next one starts. Did anyone ever do that?
I remember that though. You'd go to the theater and you'd see which one was playing. Like, what's the soonest one playing? That's how you would go
Yeah.
from.
Yeah. Oh,
And then
yeah.
you would, then you'd look at the posters and you're like, okay, that's probably all right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember music was the same thing. You didn't know, you only knew the one song. You didn't know the whole album. You didn't know if you liked the whole album. You know, you'd buy the record or CD too, you know.
Oh, I always say the thing about cassettes is there's no resurgence of them like LPs. Oh, it's much better with a cassette. But the good thing about cassette players is I would buy a cassette for just one song. There was this guy, Charlie Sexton, Beat So Lonely. But then it wasn't easy like a CD or a record to just put it to the song you want. So I'd have to listen to the first song to get to the second. Then I end up I like the first song. So the advantage of cassettes is you kind of like learn songs you normally may have fast forwarded through.
Yeah.
See what happened when I first moved
Yes.
to before the internet, there was my favorite movie, Dog Day Afternoon. And I didn't know the song Amarina, Elton John. Well, I should have watched it and just seen the credits at the end. So I loved that song, Amarina. And I remember buying at Tower almost every, and I know what it's called, every Elton John song till I finally found it. And finally, but I fell in love with a lot of Elton John songs. Same thing with Frank Sinatra. I was in a Korean deli in like 1987. It was a Sinatra song I loved. It wasn't one of his obvious ones. So I would buy every Sinatra cassette trying to find it. And I fell in love with Sinatra at 30. Finally, I found the song. But now what you could do, now you could just say 3 words into your thing. Watch the Sinatra song where he says, I have been a rover, and it tells you. But in a way, it was kind of good when you couldn't do that because you end up having to listen to a lot of stuff to find that song. And I remember I used to go to Tower and ask the people who worked there, what song? And, you know, and sometimes they knew the song I meant. And now you have Kazam where you just hold it up. What song is this? Or you could roast it. I'm surprised Jeffrey Ross hasn't done that. I got a new app called the Roasted app. You hold it up and roast you. He probably tried that.
All you got to do
Yeah.
is take a picture. You take a picture of something,
And it
upload
roasted.
it. Once it's uploaded into the database, wait a few seconds. Then it spits out the appropriate roast for that
I'm
item.
surprised he hasn't tried doing that.
I'm trying it right now, Freddie. I'm working it out right now. The kinks. You
I
having a good
like the way
time? Why
First
don't you take
Morris
a
was
piece?
me. Then he made me into Morris. You having a good time? So has anyone noticed Cody's different background? He moved. What you doing? Well, text me your address. I will send you a lockbox because Wood thinks I should send you a better camera and mic, but
Do you think my camera's not good?
Wood, what do you think about?
Let me clean off the lens.
He keeps saying we got to send people better mics.
Hold on. Look at this lens for a second. How about now?
I think it's fine. I don't think the guests. I need to send them another $300 camera. That's
But
a little
definitely
ridiculous.
a gift certificate with the equivalent amount for something else.
Yeah, at least $300. It's a lot of comedians that jokes about gift certificates. Well, Norm Macdonald used to do a joke. Yeah. He used to go like this. And they, you give a gift a lottery ticket. Here, it's nothing. Yeah. That's what I like about Jeff's impressions. That he gets utterly ridiculous and does some movement, exaggerated off something they don't really do in a very demented character, which I like.
Nice.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
You know who does what you do? Oh, now it's getting too cold. Wood, we got to set up my Nest. Oh, it shut off. Hey, Wood, what's wrong with Jeff Richards' camera and mic?
Nothing. That was like 4 hours ago.
What's up, Wood?
He just needed to tilt his camera down.
That's what she said.
But
Yeah. Well, let me center myself.
didn't you say I
Whoa.
should send my guest a better camera?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, he didn't say that.
Maybe.
So show them your Russell Crowe poster in your background.
I'm in my room now. This is a picture of me dying on my skateboard when I got hit by a car. That's the stork bringing me back to life.
Wait, someone drew that for you, literally?
Yeah, that's a painting of a stork bringing my
Here, let me
my baby ass.
Who
This
did
is my-
that picture?
This is my steering wheel.
Why do you have a steering
Because-
wheel in your?
Because I'm single, Fred, and I play video games right here. Look at the TV at the end of my bed. This is my room. Over.
Let's see your video game.
Oh, I do
monitor.
have a Dancing with the Stars poster with all of the. It was the 20th anniversary, and they all signed it.
Get
Yep.
out!
Yeah,
I would pay $3,000 for that.
not
No, I'm
letting
just
it
kidding.
go for more than.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the most amazing thing anyone has ever had.
Oh,
hey there, Wood. You want to go to a Ross Dresser? Let's get in I'm gonna want to go to his clown convention and go and peel off and go into the woods and get in there for a plane.
I'm going to rescue your phone from the sewer, Fred.
Jeff asked Cody, "Are you still in Bowling Green? Because you moved." Cody,
yes.
What is this shit on the left of my
Yes.
screen here? Everyone can see you. That's fine.
Huh?
I don't need that. I get rid of that. Fred, you got to pay for the full version of this, so we all have.
what's the full version? I'll send it. What does the full version give you?
Well, Cody has it set up for. This is the free version, so it's only like 720p or something like that. It's not like 4K. Oh, this is terrible.
So, what is better about the paid version?
The quality, because Cody has a 4K camera. You, when you find yours, will have a 4K camera. His pictures, all that stuff will be. It's not as pixelated. You know what I mean?
Yes.
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 Do I need that? Yes.
I remember a funny story. I was with Danny Glover in an elevator, and he bent down to drop his keys or something, and I said something like, "Oh, we got another action film happening," and he just stared at me, The Danny
That's
Glover moment. You can't really get rid of those moments, you know.
Don't they get rid of it?
So wait, so where are you going to stay when you're in town? Because maybe you could meet Wood. He's in Hermosa Beach.
You're not allowed to say where you're located.
No.
And
Oh,
every time we talk, I forget to ask you.
You forget
But
to
I
ask
can
me or
guess.
Wood?
You, Fred.
No, I'm around I'm around La Cañada, Pasadena.
Pasadena area.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a place to stay. I have a couple options.
Are you going to
But,
rent a car?
I'm kind
You-
of thinking maybe.
You can stay in the doobie room.
Show them the Doobie Room,
Oh, it's
the
up
Doug
there.
Benson room. Oh, you're not in the Doug Benson room now?
No, I'm in my fucking bedroom. Sorry for the language. I know you don't like that. I'm in my
You could do
bedroom.
what you. Wait, why aren't you in the Doug Benson room? Doug
Somebody-
Benson is the coolest guy. He's
You
into
don't
cool
see the
things.
microphone here anymore. I'm waiting for the stewardesses to come.
Well, we'll figure it out. You
Yeah.
could walk around LA with your lockbox.
Jesus. Maybe I could sleep in the lockbox.
I can go up there and rejoin if it makes you happy, Fred, with the fancy cameras.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm watching Poop Cruise Trainwreck on Netflix with no volume watching this.
what is what?
There's a Netflix special about a cruise ship where they lost power and everybody shit on each other, apparently.
Sounds like
It's called
my
Poop Cruise.
last edit. I can't think of a joke.
It's called
I,
Poop Cruise.
Sounds
That's
like
a
my last
Netflix?
relationship.
Is that like a one? Is that like a one-off? How's that a season?
No, it's a
Keep
movie.
your hands to yourself.
It's a movie on Netflix.
It's a streaming show.
Oh, it's a movie.
Streaming
It's,
show. You
it's
get it?
55
look at
minutes
Fred.
long.
Oh, it's a
It's
movie.
4K.
Okay.
An engine fire leaves 4,000 passengers stranded at sea without power and plumbing in this wild documentary about the infamous Poop Cruise of 2013. This is what you do when you don't have a girlfriend. You
Look
got
at
spirit-
Cody. Cody's a poop guy. You can tell the way he's nodding his head. He's a
He's so-
pooper.
He's so tired. He's pooped out.
Yeah,
Yes.
pooper.
I saw him once at a party, and he was a party pooper.
That's not bad.
Oh, thanks.
That's pretty good. Did you like my joke about stealing antidepressants?
Oh, that's
Um,
unbelievable. That was a great joke.
You happy now?
That is
Yeah,
original.
now.
What did I watch on Netflix? Oh, there's a Led Zeppelin documentary. Pretty good. I got addicted to Survivor. Ridiculous show. Because of some people I like on it. This thing fell off.
Oh,
Why
you
did
know what's
fall-
funny is I'm emailing that guy. He's like, okay, I'll send you a new one. And I'm like, this is Fred Stoller. Maybe we could take a snapshot, put it on your website, because I've gotten these for a music producer friend. I have one. And this is the first time I got the magnets. I said, the magnets fell off. He goes, I'll send you a new one. I'm like, great. He didn't get back to me. And I'm like, any news? And he hasn't gotten back to me. He's supposed to send me a free one. And I'm about to say, do I have to pay for another one? I mean, what's going on here? We want this thing. He's being annoying.
Yeah.
I don't want to blow him up, but hey, bud, let's get the job done. You got a company.
Yeah, my mother would say, I guess they don't care about. No, my father would say, I guess they don't care about repeat business.
Well,
Whatever-
2 weeks
whatever-
ago, 2 weeks ago, he's like, I'll email you when I get the tracking number. And I understand it's a holiday. You might be out of town, but let me know. 2 weeks.
I'm
I'll
so
let you know.
crazy. I don't care about repeat business.
No, I didn't care.
But you need your heat don't work. Get one of those little space heaters. Then you could have a space heater in the 40-degree weather. You
Let me
know,
call
buddy.
him.
Come
Let me
on,
call
buddy.
him.
I live in a multi-million dollar.
Let me give him a call. Let me give him a call. Hey,
And-
microphone guy, can you send the mic plate as soon as possible to
He
Fred?
sounds like a cop. Oh yeah, we'll get in a 101. Can you just get
54
a-
Vector Alpha, we got a whiskey.
Can I
Tango
get a vector
Echo
inspector
Delta
on my
Foxtrot
Ector?
vodka. We got a guy with marijuana in a lockbox in Glendale.
And it doesn't seem like he has enough for everybody. What should I do?
I don't know. It seems like he's got another one in the fridge with a pint of ice cream. We're going to take a second, cover him back, and we're going to lock it down.
Did I tell you about what Bobby Carradine
That also reminds me of Bobby Carradine, that conversation. But go ahead.
Hey, it's Bobby Carradine. How you doing, Freddie?
He
This fucking
He
ass.
drives-
Bobby Carradine.
he drives a car. I forgot what it's called, but it's literally a what's it called? Wait a minute. Flores on the same time as Morsky? I thought you were the same person. I am so confused. Okay. Anyway, he drives a car, a black car that looks like a cop car. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where,
A Crown Vic.
something. So he will drive and park it anywhere and go, no one's going to give me a ticket. And they never do. He'll just park it. People assume it's a cop, except twice. Like we'd go to Ben, Ben is the guy, with stewardesses. And they got, and he's driving on the 101 on the side, the thing like, and one time he picked up Ben just to see a movie and the cop stopped him. So he would just drive and put the sirens on. And it's like, don't do that. The story's not so good, but it's pretty stupid.
It's pretty accurate there, Freddie. Yeah.
And
Like
your
to
Fred,
get out there and
Fred, your
like,
Fred
turn-
Stoller impression sucks.
this isn't Fred Stoller. This is
No, Fred's
Bobby.
Fred Stoller.
this is Bobby, and I'm fucking having a real fucking good time until somebody fucking pisses me off. Having a fucking good time.
Fred, you need one of these.
What's that?
It's just a jar of water with some shit in it, and a magnet makes it.
This
You
makes
need
sense.
Fred.
The Mike Wood told me to get makes sense. So, some other things, but oh no.
Jason Statham's here. Holy shit! Let me put my arm pads on.
Yeah, buckle up. It's going to be a tough ride.
It's not bad. Hey,
He's not
Jason,
Are you like Jason Statham critic or something?
Hey Siri, relax.
What's
So
going on,
is-
fellas?
you're a tough guy, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm the toughest they come.
What, are you angry right now?
Look at this industrial area he's in too.
I
He's
think
making
someone
his
has
weapons.
too many things on where there's an echo. Jason, do you have two things on at once?
I don't think so. I don't think I have anything going on. Is that
Wow.
better?
I like the view outside behind you. What's that? Trees?
Yeah, I'm just in my garage working on some stuff.
But you see what happened to refresh everybody. We had Keanu Reeves who told about the stream to a bunch of his celebrity friends, so they're all finding out.
We had Keanu Reeves. We
Did
had
I say-
Keanu Reeves.
Can of Reeves,
I don't know. Can you, Reeves?
a can of Reeves.
We had some Keanu Reeves. We had a nice salad. We had little rice. Then we had a Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
You
real
guys,
funny.
boy, you sound like Beavis and Butthead the way you're both laughing.
It's like,
It's
You're
phenomenal.
not going to believe this. You're not going to
What-
believe
what-
this, but
Oh, what?
so how I ended up here. You're not
Yeah.
going to believe it.
I don't think I will, but try.
I called him on radio. Jason, we need you immediately in the Fred Stoller podcast. Over.
nice.
Are you British or Australian? Are
What's
you
it?
British or Australian?
I'm a Brit.
Okay.
But anyway, so I found this stream. You weren't going to believe it. I was on X, and Joe Biden leaked this link. And I clicked on it, and here I am.
That can
I,
happen.
it's a little unbelievable, but how else would Jason Statham find us? It's gotta be
Yeah, or
something.
Jason Statham. Either one. Jason Stratham or Stratham. Down on the CA joint.
Stratosphere.
Yeah, who gives a shit about saying the name right? Hi, I'm Fred Stoller. Do you want to say things that don't make any sense and then leave the other things that don't make any sense? You should be with me. Check me out. I'm like Ebonics, but I'm a thrill seeker. I'm gonna come at you like a fire nerd, a fire hose.
Jason, would you? Flores, we had before some great conversation with Pete from Australia about movies. Everyone was engaged, and now you just come on this part, but it's okay. Jason, would you be on Dancing with the Stars?
You know, I don't know. I'm a martial artist, but I'm pretty good at the coordination and whatnot. But I'm not sure if it's my style. It's just it's not my thing.
Jeff is mad. He left.
You
Oh, he
know,
was.
the samba, maybe, or the tango.
Yeah,
I know the
could-
judges, the
could
guy
look it
that
up.
says, that announces the scores has your accent, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, with some commonality.
Jason Statham.
Jason's
Did he? Sorry.
crikey.
Yeah,
I like
Fred.
Australia, but don't mean to mock.
So any questions from any of the people? Any of the few people? Now we're only down to single digits. Any questions from anyone?
Yeah,
So-
I got a question. Cody, how do you like the
What's
new
that?
place?
I love it.
It looks very deep in the background. You got a long hallway behind you. Look at all that foliage.
It is great. Yeah, I love the plants.
Yeah.
I love the plants. They're real.
Do you have a
I,
good?
get, I,
do
got,
you
I
have a-
had fake plants in the studio.
It
Now
almost
they're
looks
good.
like a green screen. It's so far away. It's great.
Yeah, it's a little fake looking. Like even this lamp.
Yep.
It's like it's kind of old looking, and it,
Jason, what are you building in there? Are you making a new gun or a bomb or something for your next mission? I see it looks like T-squares on the wall there. You got a stool and some kind of saw with an exhaust fan that blows into a weird garage door area. What's going on there?
You wouldn't believe. I mean, right now I'm working on some pottery, some wooden pottery. Not exactly what you might think, but that's what I'm doing.
It takes
In
forever.
my off time, I work so hard and I push the limits. It's like
Right.
this is my downtime. I just want to
And
do
will
something.
will you use the pottery as a weapon?
I mean, it's gonna have blades on the side of it, so it's possible that I might
Yeah,
use it for some weapons for something.
right.
Any other questions from anyone else?
And I have a question for myself.
What's
I
that?
might.
Sure.
So think about it. The last few of my movies have all been titled after who I am. The Beekeeper, The Working Man. What's going on with that?
I never heard of these movies.
A Transporter. It's like, what can you be more creative than that? It's just literally what I do.
I'm not too versed with you. I remember that. What was that movie where at the ending you fell out of a plane and they still had a sequel? You died, but they had a sequel.
ooh.
I want to blank on that one, Fred.
All right, Cody, let's review. How much did you do today? And how many more pictures? I love it. Love it. So that's the second to last picture, or?
Yes.
See,
Yes.
he's saying it like you know. Fred. It's
Yes.
just-
No, but yeah, that one. The second to last picture will just be the two different.
Dumb and Dumber ones getting punched?
Yeah. This one, I think it's good. I just have to put the text in the bubbles.
Let me-
and then
could I
clean up
see
on the mother?
Could you do the first one? I want to see. Do you have room for those big titles?
There's that one, and then there's yeah, this one has plenty of room. We just crop in and have them. Oh, there we go.
But you'll have
Ben
two
is
of
back.
them together. Like, I think the joke is one's reading one book and the other's reading the other. I thought you were upset that there were someone was doing an impression.
Oh, Ben's back. Because I'm Jeff. So he's Ben. Where have you been?
I've been and I'm still in West Virginia. Nothing much changed except I got somebody's. I got one time I got you know it's not easy being me. You go you want to go to Flat? You know I just hanging out. You know it doesn't have to make sense, you guys. How many people in the room, Fred?
It really went down. It was like
6, and it's all of
15.
us.
I think we're killing it. I think we like intelligent movie talk with Pete was going good. But I think when Wood brought out that little toy, everyone left. The bubble
What
toy.
little
I'm
toy?
just kidding. What was
Me?
that thing with bubbles?
What did I bring up?
I don't know, but you have the same expression as Joe Biden right now, Jason. Like just caught a deer in the headlights. Like you like you're having a stroke right now, Jason.
Well, you would believe the heat in this garage is unbelievable.
You would think
sweating my
Jason, was it Stratham or Stratham? Does well enough
Stratham.
have an air conditioned garage.
Strengthen them leg muscles.
Loosen.
Utzin, Goodson, Google my face. But I grew up in a time when you'd go to the movie theaters and then you go in the bathroom and take a nice big crap, because it was too hot to do it in the house and your parents would yell at you. You go into the movie theater, pretend like you're going to see something like Shawshank Redemption, and then go right into the bathroom and take the greasiest piece of turd and you let it go shoot out in the toilet.
Back in Greenwich, Connecticut, we call that torquing a moonfish.
Yeah, you're right. You would go. We call it greenhousing a turtle, because you really get all the green around it, so it has to shoot out. And this is also a lot with the flight attendant stuff, because this plays right into the flight attendant stuff, because they can't tip them on you can't tip one of them on an airplane, but you can slip someone your phone number, and then you could tip them later when you meet up with them, or you get their phone number or something like that. Yeah.
Wait, is that Virginia Ben or Fred talking about flight attendants? It's confusing.
Oh, hey there, Fred. You want to go to get a hand job from a flight attendant on a fucking Maxima airplane and get some tampons and throw them in the ocean?
I made up Dumb and Dumber postcards. I don't know why anyone would want one, but
I bought a new toy.
I just made them into postcards.
Can I see it? Can you hold it closer to the camera so I can see it, please?
Oh, where's the?
Get closer. Oh, you looks like you're talking to a flight attendant.
Yeah, that's a good question. Would Ben? Oh, we lost everyone. Oh, would Ben ever? I think we're losing
I'm
people
sorry.
because they like looking at the picture and there's too many things open.
They like you, Fred.
It's Stratham. There's no
Time
R.
for a pat on the back. They like you, Fred.
It's
It's the Fred.
it's all
Stoller
good.
Pie.
I like that it's variety. So
Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good. Jason, you can tell any wait, I think I remember the movie where you fell out of a plane and you didn't die and you came back for part 2. Crank.
Mm.
Do you remember
Yes.
Crank?
Yeah, Craig. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
What's
follow
that
the
other
book.
movie where the guy fell out of a plane and then they were hunting him?
It's called Hand Job.
No, it was a prisoner plane.
D.W.
What's
Cooper.
his name from Men in Black was tracking him down.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, he was tracking him down.
Oh.
He survived the plane crash, and then I
Look-
remember a part of where he ran to a tunnel, a round
The
tunnel.
Fugitive. The Fugitive.
Yes, that
Yeah,
was
The
good.
Fugitive.
No, that's Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
No, there was a Tommy Lee Jones, one of his first movies. It wasn't a big hit. It was Faye Dunaway, Eyes of Laura Mars. It's interesting seeing him play like a 28-year-old, or being 28.
Was he still Tommy Lee Jones though? He's always Tommy Lee
Yeah.
Jones.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
U.S. Marshals.
That was a double yes.
What was U.S. Marshals? Was that the sequel to The Fugitive?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Tommy
a
Lee
bit of a-
Jones. Sorry.
Oh, that's a bit of a mystery, that one. Oh, hey there, Fred. Oh, Fred. Oh, how you doing, Fred? Oh, Cody's look. What's Cody looking at? Someone's butt.
I was looking at
I
Tommy Lee
bet. I
Jones.
bet it's a boy's butt.
He's got
Unbelievable.
Cody. It's
There
that's
he is.
Tommy Lee. Can
Wow,
you
that's
put
a
up?
terrible picture?
Can you
of him.
find on the internet?
Isn't that
What is that?
terrible?
Was that supposed to be Gilbert Gottfried? Is that Gilbert Gottfried? Oh, wait there, Gilbert Gottfried. Want to get a hand job for
If you
reflecting?
flip the picture, he's looking at your wrist guard.
I don't want to get any of that near me.
Jesus, those impressions.
I have
Oh, there you go.
impressions or
Wow.
two.
That's Tommy
Yes,
Lee Jones
yes.
in the Eyes of Laura Mars. Is that what you just found, Cody?
That is a young picture of him. It says Allied Artist Pictures.
Wow.
We'll do an unboxing.
Oh,
Should I do an
nice.
unboxing?
What is that?
The views are going up.
It's a it's
He
a
was
laser-
in a movie called I forgot what it was called. Quentin Tarantino loved it. Where
Okay, think about that movie. Is, okay, it's like that thing, and then everyone's like doing that thing. Okay, but that's not what I want to do in that film, and then I want to do in this film.
Oops. I don't know
That's
what-
me doing Norm Macdonald's impression of.
well, that's what everyone's impression is. Everyone's Christopher Walken is someone else. No, why would you go there?
It's a
No.
starting point for sure.
Yeah,
It's a starting point, and then
no.
you fill it in yourself.
Right. You just someone else does like who else? I drink your milkshake.
What's the opposite of Christopher
On
Reeve?
stream
Oh, you've done that joke already. It's
on a
Really?
podcast.
it's
Well,
lame.
it was,
You get
it's
the joke?
appropriate.
It's not. Oh, someone just ran out the door. Someone left. Is so mad at your jokes. So I think it's good to have one thing open on what's his name is a young guy.
What do you got there?
Twice.
A Metallica sticker. from
Wait,
when I
wait.
worked-
Tommy Lee Jones was in Love Story? Wow, that's interesting. The movie was not Full Metal Jacket, a movie with Tarantino loved, and I loved it. Keith Carradine and Tommy Lee was it? No, that's Southern Comfort. That's Powers Booth and Keith Carradine. Great underrated movie. The movie with Willem Devane and Powers and Tommy Lee Jones are prisoner of war, and they come out and they get back at someone in Mexico. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
You talking about this guy?
Let me see. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Him and Tommy
This
Lee
guy is
Jones.
in it.
Him and Tommy Lee Jones were in a great movie directed by Paul
Hey
Schrader.
there.
Paul Schrader. I'm trying to think.
Hi
what the
there.
movie was, where Tommy Lee Jones was still young, and
Grease 2.
no, what was it called? This is scary, and I can't think of titles. Oh my
That's what the
God.
series for.
What's it, Siri? Tommy Lee Jones, Willem Dafoe, the Vane movie.
Mm.
Splatoon.
No,
Good tune.
not Willem Dafoe. William Devane, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, because if it was me, I would have remembered right away, real quick.
You're good. You remember your movies, Willem?
I remember a lot of things. You know, life is very strange, and you don't know what's going to happen or what's around the corner. So you've got to be able to save your money, and that's where I come in. I work for Chase Bank.
What? Not Southern Comfort.
Here, is it this?
They were Vietnam vets.
Oh, shoot, that's the wrong thing. It's the same guy.
I hate when I can't think of things. It's scary. I couldn't think.
Give it 10 years.
Rolling Thunder.
Rolling
Yes.
Thunder.
That's
Yes.
Yeah. That's a young,
Yeah.
early, mid-20s.
Mid 20s.
Tommy Lee Jones. He doesn't even look like Tommy Lee Jones, and it's a great movie.
Right here, this one?
Yeah. Watch.
Yes.
Cody's quick today
Yeah.
with the internet, man. Wow.
Yeah.
You guys plan this?
Yes.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
Did you plan
He
this,
looks
Cody?
like-
You have all these queued up? Did you rehearse
He
this
looks
today?
like Travis
Yes.
Bickle in it.
Cueing it.
He looks like Travis Bickle, Willem
Yes.
Devane.
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
Yes.
is that above him? Tommy Lee Jones as a younger
Yes.
guy? Looks
Right here.
Tony
Yes.
Perkins?
Yes.
Wow. Watch what now, James,
Watch-
do you know Rolling Thunder?
Look at this. There was a movie I saw in 1977, and I remember it was a sheep herders movie, and it was Sissy Spacek, and then there was another guy, and what was the guy? He was like worked on the farm, or he was maybe he shelled walnuts, but there was a guy, Gary Campbell. No, not Gary Campbell. Gary Cannibal. I can't remember what anything anymore.
Was it the Godsend?
No, it wasn't. It was a guy.
We're doing
The guy
bad.
had a wiffle ball, and he was throwing the wiffle ball, and it was Jane Mansfield's cousin, I think. And it was there was a big explosion, and I don't remember which one it was though.
You know, we're bombing when someone said, "Bring in Ray DeVito to Link." He brings the funny.
Was it Wiggle
people-
Ball?
Ray DeVito?
Do you know Ray DeVito?
No, but that I know he's got to be kind of really hacky or something.
Well, he's like a joke on what's his name's podcast, Kevin Brennan's. Like,
Oh no, he's not some old. I thought he was some old school comic that you knew.
no,
No, he's a rig.
he's a guy that Kevin makes fun of because he lives in an attic with drug addicts or something, an attic with addicts, you know, and that he hears these coke people having sex all night for money. So he's a joke to Kevin Brennan.
But it was
Yeah.
it was a baseball movie, but then they didn't have a baseball. But the guy who was the pitcher when the movie first started, he comes out and he trips. I can't remember what song he was singing. It was something like he trips. Maybe he was singing "Better to Be Beautiful" or what's that song with the Ross Reese? This.
Well, I have encouraging news. So someone helped Cody and I figure out with our YouTube stream how to get monetized. We need 3,000 hours of this, and we're down. I think we're halfway there. So this stream alone should get us closer. Were we halfway there, Cody? You saw?
Yeah, we were halfway to something. Yeah.
So this is going to get us closer to where you can monetize and have comments. What's that?
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Hey, I'm on
Sounds like a flight
podcast with
attendant
my
to
friend
me.
Jason Statham and Ben, who's a weird guy, Fred Stoller and Cody, and we're trying to monetize a YouTube page. What's the best way to do it?
There we go.
You get Jason Stratham on. Or Stratham, no R's. Stratham. Stratham.
No,
I'm on a
just but it's
podcast
not.
with Cody, Fred Stoller, Ben, who's a little weird, and Jason Statham, I think the actor.
Statham.
And we're trying to monetize a YouTube podcast. What's the best way to do it?
Oh, that sounds like fun for a podcast. To monetize on YouTube, one of the first steps is to join the YouTube Partner Program. That means you'll need at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in the past 12 months.
4,000, they increased it.
Definitely
Whose baby
increase
is back
revenue
there?
by- So besides ad revenue, you can also look into channel memberships where your fans can pay a monthly fee for exclusive content or perks. You can also try out super chats during live streams.
That's
and
what we need.
That's the
brands.
thing.
Absolutely. Consistency and engagement are key. Posting regularly, interacting with your audience through comments, and creating content that really resonates with them will help grow your channel, and that in turn will help boost your monetization as well.
Hey, Jason Statham would like to ask you a question. Are you willing to answer it?
Of course, I'd be happy to. What's Jason curious about?
She sounds cute.
Wait, I'm in a
I
place
love
to
the
enjoy-
enthusiasm. I'm ready whenever you guys are. So go ahead and hit me with that question.
Are you going to listen to me? Are you going to be listening and behave?
Absolutely. I'm all ears and ready to listen. Feel free to share whatever's on your mind.
Okay, so listen up. I've been cutting for the last 6 months. I need to be bulking back up. What is the best way to do that?
Got it. If you've taken a break for about 6 months and you're looking to get back into the groove, the best approach is to start with a fresh piece of content to re-engage your audience, let them know
Content.
maybe share a bit about what you
Pizza.
and just remember to have fun with it. Your audience will definitely appreciate your return, and they'll be excited to see what you got in store. Just take it one step at a time.
My
Can I
friend
ask
Ben would like to ask you a question too. He's addicted
Can I ask
to
you a question? I got a
flight
question.
attendants. Oh wait, Fred Stoller, the infamous phone booth guy, would like to ask you a question. Here we go.
All
I have
right,
a
I'm ready for Fred's question. Let's hear what he's got to say.
I'm on a pension. Is it risky to have pizza and donuts?
I think having pizza and donuts every now and then is totally fine. It's all about balance and enjoying those treats in moderation. Plus, they're delicious, so why not?
He
All
has a
right.
lunch box in case he
Man,
gets carried
we're
away.
almost down. We're almost
Hey, Fred, I have
down
an
to
idea.
zero. We're almost down to 0 views.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
we're
because
down
it's
to
a long
2.
run.
We have more people on our stream than are watching.
That's
So
perfect.
we lost everyone.
Including the two in the cartoon?
Yeah, we have 2
Hey,
viewers
Fred.
now.
Look what I
What?
got.
Oh, I got
Pizza.
some
This will
pizza.
bring up the views. Watch this. Look at it go up. Everybody, send.
Did you even heat it up or are you going cold? You're going
I'm going cold. This is real. This is real.
That's
man stuff.
hardcore.
Wait, you need to rate the pizza on a scale from 1 to 10.
Mm.
We need a rating.
Well, this is if everyone leaves, does this count as viewing hours?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
0 views is still 0 viewing hours.
I'm viewing it.
Oh, that's a good point. It tastes
You
good.
can probably use that on one of those tables that wobbles. Just stuff it under the leg and make it sturdy.
Where'd you
Well, we
get that
got-
pizza from?
I got it from Red Baron.
Ohio's
What's it-
finest.
What's Red Baron?
It's a something you buy and you can heat it up in the oven.
Oh, it's a frozen one.
Yeah, it's frozen pizza.
He just
It's
took it
frozen
out
right
of
now.
No, it's cold, but it's not frozen.
See my concern in my voice. Is it okay? Is it frozen now?
Thank you for asking. It's
Thank you for asking. Oh, okay, Cody. You want to get a hand job from fucking Planet fucking Anchorage, Alaskan Mall?
as long as I have my pizza.
Oh, you're gonna get that thing loaded in other ways. Oh, hey there, Fred.
I wow. Well,
It's good.
did we do good work today, Cody? You did pretty good. Great.
Yeah, I think we did good. Oh yeah, Scarlett had Red Baron pizzas before.
25 blocks, Hermosa Beach, California.
Well, thank you, Flores, for sticking with when it goes down. But I think people like this when it's Cody being creative and stuff. But we try different things, and I will send Daryl Hammond the lockbox because do you still have substance abuse problems, Daryl? And the lockbox will help.
I've kind of addressed all of my problems through walking, AAA and AA, and all the Alcoholics Anonymous. Yes, in other words, yes, I'm fine. Yes.
Do you have a
Yes.
lid for that before you put it in the lockbox? What that is you're drinking? We'd like to know.
Well,
actually.
that sort of reminds me of the 1930s Chicago mafioso. They had boxes, but they'd put people's heads in them. And it was sort of this vaudevillian, like strange, cathartic. That people would have these cars and these car horns and these heads and these lock boxes. And it was sort of like an amalgamation of those who are involved in the
In the
well, back
30s,
to
they
the
had lock boxes.
1930s mafioso Chicago. They had cheese pizza, they had thick pizzas, and
What's in what? Let's see that. What you're drinking there, Ben? It looks like it needs a lid if it's going to go into the lockbox. Though, what is that? It looks like a jar of jelly. Come on, you can show it. Don't be bashful.
Would I still have a lot of Stella from when you brought it over here? So you could come back and finish the Stellars you brought.
And then they'll have how many jobs do I have to do when I get there?
The only job I need is I wish.
Did you get the doorbell back on?
No, I wish I could get the email back the way I like it, which maybe you take over my computer later.
I can do that.
So, well, all right. Any final questions? I'm getting hungry looking at pizza and donuts.
Oh, you saving a little for later, are you, Cody?
What's that?
You're a little light eater, aren't you? A couple bites, save for later.
I'm starving.
Yeah, I've been eating pizza.
what are you
all
gonna
day.
eat, Fred?
I don't know.
He's
What
gonna
do you
have
think
some
you're
vegan
gonna
chicken
eat?
wings. Vegan chicken wings.
Do you have anything to eat in the house?
The I bought one thing, but the Thai restaurant near me, they came up to me. They said, "We closed till 3 weeks for vacation," and I'm doing a stereotypical like Mickey Rooney impression, which is bad. I was gonna get Thai, but it's not around me. I don't know, but I'm getting hungry. I don't know.
Jason hasn't been in a movie in a long time. He could probably Uber Eats for you, and I can guarantee you it'll get there quick.
I was something of a transporter myself.
Yeah, that's true.
Fred, I'll send you
What's that?
send you my phone number, and if you want, just send me your address, and I'll get you what you want. I'll be there. Be there real quick.
Yeah, can I get a hand job and one of those?
Stuart.
Can you say that in a mall in Anchorage, Alaska, with a flight attendant not giving it, but just staring at me, like from a distance.
Ben, you ain't doing shit.
Ah,
What was
just-
the?
I'm just staring at me.
There you go.
So Cody, you getting tired? It's like
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
All right.
It's all.
He's
You getting
he's
hungry?
on. I'm getting hungry. You're getting tired.
Hungry.
I don't like you guys
You,
anymore.
you got
Oh, they
an
like the
awesome
shirt.
4th of July shirt. What's on it besides?
Oh.
He went upside
He,
down for
he gets offended.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Well, seriously, does anyone have any questions before we wrap up? Because we've, you know, you need to engage people. AI said to get more people.
Yeah, it's true.
Paul Schroeder wrote Rolling Thunder after Taxi Driver. Yeah. So James, you saw that? Yeah, Rolling Thunder is a great James Schrader movie. He did pretty intense movie. Might be too intense for the Bowling Green people. It's very intense. So we did some now what's the Twin Towers picture? What was this one again, Cody?
This
Roasting.
I might have to
Twin
change this
Towers?
Twin Towers. Well, he was doing
It's a windy day.
one. It's like,
Why is the one
Jeff
leaning
Richards.
over kind of funny?
It's
Yeah,
really
He was
windy.
on. He
This
was
is,
doing Jeff
before-
Ross roasting them, thinking they were Twin Towers. What's up, Twin Towers? Which one he's gonna fall first? What's up? I'm just kidding. You know I love you. Why are you drooping?
this was supposed to be the notes, and they
Oh,
have
right.
notes, and the Twin Towers now. I can't tell you how
Your
confused.
Oh, it's the 10 commandments.
It is. It looks like there's a lot more on here. It's like
I
this
see.
is Raymond's 10 Commandments.
You know what? Speaking of
Oh.
old movies, Cody, if you haven't seen History of the World Part 1, you should probably check that out.
Yeah, that's that guy, right? Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, unbelievable.
I never seen it.
Oh, please.
I've seen his other stuff, like but not everything. But yeah, that one.
History of the World you would love.
I'll take a look at that one.
And I was asking earlier, but it scrolled away in the text. Have you seen any of the Coming to America or Trading Places, things like that?
I've seen Coming to
Thanks,
America.
Gary.
Trading Places
It
is awesome too if you haven't seen it.
Is
Oh,
a
cool.
fun one. Cody, again, get it sentimental at the end. In all seriousness, this is my what's it called? Happy safe place? What's the word? Happy place. That I just love what you bring to the stories and putting them on Substack and thank you everyone. If the Twins just made a surprise cameo in the story. It's interesting when you watch older movies and see the Twin Towers in them. The movie The Hot Rock has them being built, which is weird to see. They hadn't been built yet. So just thank you, everyone. Wood, maybe I'll bother you later to help me bring back my old email. I'm gonna go. There's a Chinese restaurant that'll close soon.
I'm off till
And,
Friday.
oh,
so-
that's who this guy looks like. My father. He looks like Colonel Sanders a little.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah, good old Colonel.
If I close in on him,
Colonel Sanders was a living legend when he was alive.
it looks like Colonel Sanders. It like
I need nothing. Nothing's all I need.
I love how Cody, with me, and I guess my father, I inherited like a lump on my head, like someone hit Morris with a bat. It's
Now he's going to
It's-
fix it. Don't fix it. Leave it there.
no,
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not
don't
gonna touch it. I'll erase it.
Kind of like it's kind of like the grad. What is it? The tunnel you were working on that time.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that
was exciting. That was
That was too. I put that on Instagram. No one could make any sense out of it. It was just too much nonsense going on. It's Colonel Sanders clean shaven. That's who that looks like. That's funny, James. James, in all
need
seriousness, and I'm serious. If someone could come up with a little like running thing of, or even a screenplay, or like a start to the phone booth guy, what's the real story behind him? I like that idea. What's the backstory? Why did he need the phone? So,
Right.
but that looks like Colonel Sanders with I guess the tie.
I'm back, America.
I guess
Colonel
you could
San-
make up why you needed the phone, right? Or would you ask the filmmaker?
make
you
up.
still
Of
talk
course, there was no backstory when I did it.
Maybe
It's
you
just
were
get off
trying
the
to
phone.
buy out.
I wonder if you asked the filmmaker what he would say, or the writer.
Hmm.
I don't know what they call.
Morris looks like a pastor. Yeah, he looks different than the other pictures, but it's fine. I love it.
Jason, I can't help notice. It looks like you were
you're in a
at the
garage.
beach at the beach with a turtleneck on. Your neck's really white compared to your face. Did you go tanning into a tanning bed with the turtleneck on? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really
I
sensitive.
mean, I got the same problem.
Yeah, I'm really sensitive around my neck area, so trying to protect it. You know? So
Yeah.
I wear the turtlenecks, I wear, anything to protect my neck.
So if you're like
It's a
killing
very
people,
vulnerable area.
that's always in the back of your mind when you're slicing and dicing and karate kicking. And
Why
killing
did
people.
someone hit Colonel Sanders in the head with a bat?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? For his pension? They were trying to steal money for pizza? No, that's what Jeff always does. I'm on a pension. Now I could get pizza and a donut.
About a
This is my
pension.
pension.
Edibles and a lockbox.
I will send him a lockbox. They work. This new one is a lot better. You can't break it open.
I
You
saw
should
it.
get him one
Looks
that
good.
can be in the refrigerator.
Yes.
I couldn't do it.
Oh, man.
I need the
Go get
lockbox for this pizza. I'm trying to cut down.
You know what
Was
you
Ron-
need? 'Cause it looks like everything's far away, Cody. You need a little mini fridge and a little microwave at your station.
Like right here.
Yeah, right there. So
Oh.
we could watch you cook the pizza.
Wait
Put an
one second
oven
before-
right here, just so I don't have to get up. I can use a
Yeah.
a chair. Just
I
spin
have an
around.
idea.
Have you seen Wally?
Oh right, right.
It's like that's where we're going.
It's been a while, but yeah.
Look what
I gotta brush up on my.
Fred's new dresser. Look at Fred's new dresser.
Oh
Isn't
yeah,
that
that's
nice?
Handmade
very nice, Fred.
Someone built this for me
from a
Yeah.
tree.
from trays. And I got
Trees, they chopped
I
it
got
down.
Should I
about the
put this on the
tree?
new dresser, this refrigerator?
Look at that. Yes.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Put that on the dresser.
You can put a piece of pizza in there. Yeah.
All right, I'll take it off for a second.
Here we go.
Put
He's gonna
pizza.
put
Piece of
water in there.
pizza.
If I get parched.
Oh, it's Ronald McDonald. That would be a guest.
I put
Sometimes
pizza.
when I get parched, I can grab some water.
There's actually an outlet for that. I can't find. I think
Oh really?
it's a real working little refrigerator.
That's crazy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I've
get
seen
from
a couple roadies with those. They plug it in when they come off the bus, so they have cold drinks on tour.
Oh, nice.
There's a guy that makes popcorn, and he brings different flavored stuff on it all the time. Is that La Croix?
Ah.
How would
the
you say that,
dollhouse
Jason?
oven.
Was it La Croix or LaCroix? LaCroix's.
LaCroix, I believe.
It's La Croix.
LaCroix.
It's La
Could I,
Whatever.
Cody, let me see,
say.
please, the picture of my mother pulling my father into the movie.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
That's
He
a
should be
flexible
going, "This-
neck right there.
He should
I
be
know.
on, this is wrong. Let me.
It's like the head's making a U-turn.
I've done that to some blokes before. in some movies.
Mm.
We're back to double digits.
Hey, we're bringing up the numbers.
So it's Jeff is the problem.
Oh,
Jeff. Nobody likes Jeff.
might be
Yeah,
this
it's
camera. I
honest or
just
no?
turned. Maybe it's me. I'm now putting the camera on my face.
Oh, it is. It's Cody too.
I'm not trying to. I'm to humble
Yeah,
brag, of course.
That's what I'm saying, bud. And you got that cool new background.
Yeah, it might be the shirt that Flores.
You could
The
turn that
steps-
sconce light off.
Your
Just
steps look like the Brady Bunch steps.
It is.
Yeah. I won't
They
throw
should
any
The
footballs.
story about a man named Cody eating cold pizza and drawing stupid shit with his best friend. His name is Solar.
Wait, Cody, one last question about it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice podcast. In the picture, my mother and father reading the book, they're both going to be in the shot together, right?
On the what?
The shot of my parents reading the book and the one that sets up the whole story.
Oh yeah. I needed to ask you about that. What were they
Yeah,
both
the-
looking at the book?
Yeah, the joke, that's the joke that she's
Okay, I was a
reading
little-
a book called How to Make Your Husband More Assertive, and his book is called How Not to Bother People.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I thought you needed them, maybe a close-in on...
Yeah, they're both looking at
that-
something similar like this.
Well, they're both reading a book, but the joke is, you get the joke, right, Jason?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Jason, what do you think?
Oh yeah.
But can you make it, I guess you need to make not the legs, because that way, because there's a lot of text for the title, so to
It could just
close
be-
in.
It could just be like a picture, like this. Whoops, I got to move that over here. This with like just a close up of them like looking into their each of their own books
They're all, right.
with
joke
the
is-
hair and of course noticing that it's
Yeah, it's Morris and Pearl. Well, I think she should be for now. Your eyes normally, let me ask you, people watching, they normally, mine goes to the left first and then the right, meaning the joke is she's reading How to Make Your Husband More Assertive, which you should read first, and then the right is How Not to Bother People. So it should be
Oh
Pearl,
yeah. Well, we can
or
flip that.
maybe your eyes don't go that way. I'm curious.
No, yeah, we can. That's probably the way to go. You read left to right.
Right. So the first you read hers going How to Make Your Husband More Assertive, and his is How Not to Bother People. The
Right.
fact that both reading and that he doesn't want to bother people and she wants him to be more assertive. I like how I explain the joke over and over and over.
Yeah, no, it's okay if it doesn't right at this time feel like it's as funny because think about it too. It'll work.
So you can get all that text into the cover of, unless there's another way to phrase How to Make
How
Your
not to
Husband More
make
Assertive.
trouble. Oh, I had it. How not to make trouble, but you said bother people, right?
Either, I don't know. It's up to you. Which one do you think is better?
What was it? The one you said?
Hers is a little bit harder, like How to Make Your Husband More Assertive. Can you get all that in?
How
Or-
to
Or is there a better way to phrase it?
to make your husband more assertive?
Yeah. That they'll be able to read all that. Or is it too much?
More assertive. Yeah, I think it'll fit. It just it's
Maybe I'll
funny.
think of maybe
What
one
about
thing
mad.
using the other? What about using the other side of the book?
Oh yeah,
I'm
you
not-
could just you could
You
use
can do
the
how
whole.
to. Yeah, you can do how to make on one side, your
But
husband
what-
more assertive on the
But
other
what
side.
book has the title on the front and the back cover?
Well, I don't know,
Hmm.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick does.
Maybe I'll think of another title that conveys that, that's less words, but if
Oh,
it
yeah,
works,
that's-
it's good.
What about like
know.
convincing your husband or something simple?
How to
Convincing your husband, that's simpler, but it's
Something
that's a
simple
joke.
like that, like three words.
like
That
how
would
to
be good, but
how to make your how
ooh,
to what's that?
we just got great suggestions from Tonto or Toto.
oh making.
Making your husband assertive,
It's like
There you
taking
go.
away how to. Right.
or even make your husband assertive. Does that work? Is what the joke? Still,
Make your husband assertive.
make your
And then-
husband assertive.
Yeah. I think that sounds pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, well, and we'll workshop it.
Does assertive has to be the word? Because you could do like guide to whatever.
No, she wants him to be more assertive.
Guide to assertiveness. I don't know.
No, but it's the joke is it's her husband isn't
Husband,
assertive enough, and she wants him to be more assertive. Her husband, so which
There you go.
that's succinct. You like that, Flores? Flores, even though I noticed you're not your real name. Succinct. This is why again. This is why we do it. No, in all seriousness, this is the creative process, and we've had some great suggestions and help from the people lingering on. Right, Cody?
Yes.
This is when it works.
He did it
Yeah.
again.
So we had an idea from Al. The other one we did with I forgot what it was, where he said, "Oh, they're waiting for you." At
Oh, yeah,
Burger
we're
King
waiting for you.
with the confetti and the thing.
This is
Mhm.
great. Jason has as many lines as his last movie.
Yeah.
It's all action.
All action, no substance. Just the way I like it. Give me the money, baby. But
You know, I
if we
should-
do this project. I think my suggestion.
Yeah.
Where's the martial arts? Is it going to be martial arts scene in here?
Well, I get punched in the phone booth, so
Yeah.
it's kind of martial. Well, I'm glad we went back to that image because it was very helpful. Toto Payne Diaz, and
Mhm.
the joke still works. And
These notes, I'm not going to make them look like this. I think we need to make them look like just.
Scribbles?
Yeah, I think maybe something like piece of pizza. Maybe something like
Piece
like
of
that.
paper.
More like that. I think that's a little more like a note you'd take to a store.
yeah, and that other thing did look like the Tower Pizza meets the Twin Towers.
Is there supposed to be a lot of notes?
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be? So if there's supposed to be a lot of notes, what about like a ticker tape thing? Like it's still printing them.
No, it's
Like there's endless notes.
No, I don't think that would work. A to-do list,
Yeah, it's like a to-do list.
old-fashioned to-do list.
We can have a few. It doesn't have to be too heavy.
Yeah, just a few.
We can choose like the best of the.
The difference is my to-do list and Brett Garrett's. The difference
Right.
between being the cousin and the brother, and everybody loves Raymond. The way he does that.
Mm-hmm.
Flores, I think I'm gonna call up. Not call up. Text Kevin because I got a Liam story that Liam. You know, did I make fun of Liam on it? That he's, or is he like a cool friend of Kevin's? This is all inside stuff with this other podcast. So the cape is going to say Fred's lack of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Not so fast there.
Yes.
Cody is great. Now, did you get your sense of humor from your dad or your mom? I think I asked you that. More from Gary?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I pretty much got it from both of them. But Dad's got a sense of humor, and he likes the stuff that we grew up on, like the cartoons and the like Rocky and Bullwinkle and the
I
sensibilities
watched
of that.
the video of you guys building the table the other day. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
It's really a good rewatch.
All right. I got a story about Fat Liam. If I could get back on Kevin.
Dan liked it. The guy, my friend, the artist friend who was in here once.
He liked which one?
He loved the one we were just in your house, just fixing something.
We got to figure out how to do more stuff like that. There's this guy, this actor, character actor, done a lot of stuff. He was on the show The Shield. He wants to teach me how to cook. Maybe figure out where to put the camera. There's got to be other there's got to be other things we do with the Substack podcast where you can just have different lessons.
You could have your buddy teach you how to cook, and Jason can take you hunting to kill the animal that you're cooking.
I think this is it for
Mhm.
Jason. I think Jason, he tried, but he's not very talkative, and I think it's not
Well, he's
it's not
What do
his
you want me
thing.
to talk about? What do you want
Can
me
you do your? I'd like to see your version of Fred. Can you? But you don't have the template to do. You doing me?
a version of you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. James lives around here. James should. You know, actually, what I want
the
to
problem
do.
is he's got an English accent, so it would be like, "My name's Fred. I like pizza."
There's Leo.
Pizza. Then I'm gonna go to the Grove, and I'm gonna see some people, and then I'm just going to, just to walk around a bit and see walk down to the, down to the Grove, and maybe have a piece of pizza, or maybe
That's funny.
The ratings are getting higher.
But I wonder if you could put my
Look at this.
face. Could you?
I'm gonna talk to
could,
NBC about selling off
This
this.
guy put my
No,
face
sure.
on you instead of Jason. Oh,
Put
he
my
really
face
was
on
a high
your face.
diver. I didn't know the real Jason was a high diver.
High diving.
You heard my high. I already gave out the punchline. Let me do this bad
It would
joke.
it would be weird for Jason to have your face on and do your accent because you'd still hear the accent.
No, I meant the guy pretending to be Jason. If he had my face and did me, it's not really Jason. I think we can say that. So this is
You
my
sure?
joke.
I'm convinced.
I already gave out the punchline, but I want to do the joke again.
The
So
neck
this
gave it
old guy
away.
goes to a doctor. He goes, "Doctor, I'm very ashamed. I pee in the swimming pool." He goes, "Don't be ashamed. Everyone does." He goes, "Yeah, but from the high diving board." I gave out the punchline.
What's the viewer count now?
Up to
It's
14.
holding. It hasn't moved. I think we're still good.
We're in mid double digits. We're at,
Nothing happened.
what was I gonna say? I don't know any longer. It's all good. Cody
Yes.
is great. No, oh yeah. So James, seriously, you know what I want to film? So Mike Starr, as you know, and I, the other Mike hasn't been here today. He's the guy who booked us in a film festival in Columbus, or it's called Maumee, Ohio, but it's not spelled that way. We're going to do a screening of Dumb and Dumber, do a Q&A, sell photos. But to promote it, I want to get together with him and do a thing where you see me go, "Get off the phone." And then you see him, I go, "Don't hit me again. Don't hit me. I meant get off the phone because we got to talk about our thing coming up." So maybe that'd be funny, or maybe not. You like that idea?
I like that. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you should do that.
All right, we're going to film that. So, all right, I'm going to go try to get to this place before it closes.
Cody, you
Some-
should leave your camera like that from now on. It's great because when you
Oh,
do
we're-
go down to draw, it goes to you. It shows you when you're drawing. See, but it also when you sit back, it sticks with you and shows us you eating a 45-minute half a slice of pizza.
Pizza.
And look, we got 14 views. They must love it.
I
Yeah.
totally crush you in a pizza eating contest because
I want
that
my
was the longest
mommy.
slice. It takes self-control. Jason will agree. Jason just tears out the pizza, right?
Oh, I
yeah.
go through like 5 pizzas. Easy.
Yeah. He's like Andre the Giant, except for the neck.
I'm only
Yeah.
Well, I'm
like,
hoping we do well at this mommy and people come, because then people find out we could do more me and Mike autograph conventions or
yeah.
film showings of Dumb and Dumber.
yes.
They're showing it at the. You know, it'd be obnoxious to showing it at the Beverly. Quentin
Beverly
Tarantino's
Hills.
theater. Maybe
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
go show up.
That'd be cool.
I think I'm
Maybe-
going to do that.
Maybe Quentin Tarantino should.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Tarantino. All right, I better go to this place.
Hey,
before it
Fred.
closes. Do your Tarantino, Cody?
It would be like,
Fred?
Hey, Fred. What's going on, Fred?
Tell me what you been in.
Cody's learning impressions now. I love it.
He's great. He's great. All right. Any last questions or comments before I go out for pizza?
Jason, if I give you my email, will you send me an autograph? Because I've always been a big fan.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be
I'll be happy to
great.
oblige.
That'd be great. 2 Wood, love, Jason.
Wonderful.
May all your battles be victorious.
All right.
I'll put that
Cody,
in the pod, okay?
this is so amazing. I love doing it little by little. We'll talk tomorrow. And
great.
thank you, everyone. Thank you, the Jeff Crone. Are we Wood, are you still banned from CBK? What's CBK?
I don't know. What am I banned from? I'm not reading the chat.
The Masked Singer? Wait, CBK.
California Pizza Kitchen?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, he got banned.
What are you talking about? I'm not banned from anything as far as I know.
What are you banned from?
That's funny.
I can start a band. We should start a band.
You could start a band.
Yeah.
That's
Like a band?
That's a podcast.
We'll
Cody
go
on
Fred
bass.
Installers.
Oh yeah.
Jason
I can whistle.
sing. Fred's on drums.
I can
or
whistle.
bongos,
Oh, I like bongos or whistle.
and I'll play the jaw harp.
California Pizza Kitchen. Maybe I made up you were banned from there and Jeff remembers.
CPK.
I don't remember the context.
You do say some funny things sometimes about me, and it doesn't really hurt my feelings until we get off.
Or
Then I think-
make any sense.
I go to bed going, why did Fred say that? So mean.
Wow. I should
Oh,
ask to
Fred.
go to Dumb and Dumber. All right, I am starving this place. Oh, I
Oh,
will
yeah,
make
we
the
gotta go.
place. No, I can't make it anyway. So
You know what I just
Oh,
found out?
sorry.
Uber Eats
What's that?
charges so much to order, but if you're an Amazon Prime member, what's the company that DoorDash is free? If you're
Now
an
you
Amazon
tell me.
member, I didn't know that.
Really?
good
had
night,
no
Jeff.
idea.
Thank
Night,
you for
Jeff.
your support. Jeff made a donation to our Substack. I so appreciate it. And this is going to be so great on Substack. All right, Cody, Jason, Wood, Scarlett, Flores, who stuck with us, and James. So I'm going to say good night, and we will talk later. All right, pizza
Sounds
guys.
good. It's good to have you all here.
All right.
Love you guys. Jason, we'll talk.
No Ray DeVito.
We'll talk later.
Oh,
I'll get your email, and I need a autograph.
Gotcha.
Cody,
See
you
you,
better
Ray.
cut this off because we
we can do this all night.
now Fred's not officially getting the donations anymore. It's just us, right?
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good one.
See you, Wood. It was good. Great having you on.
You
See
too,
you,
bud.
Jason.